Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. The hell's the matter with you? Stupid. We're all very different people. We're not Watusi. We're not Spartans. We're Americans with a capital A, huh? You know what that means, do you? That means our forefathers were kicked out of every decent country in the world. We are the wretched refuse. We're the underdogs. We're mutts. Here's proof. His nose is cold. But there's no animal that's more faithful, that's more loyal, more lovable than the mutt. Who saw Old Yeller? Who cried when Old Yeller got shot at the end? Nobody cried when Old Yeller got shot. I'm sure. I cried my eyes out. So we're all dog faces. We're all very, very different. But there is one thing that we all have in common. We were all stupid enough to enlist in the army. We're mutants. There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us. Something seriously wrong with us. We're soldiers, but we're American soldiers. We've been kicking ass for 200 years. We are 10-1. Now, we don't have to worry about whether or not we practiced. We don't have to worry about whether Captain Stillman wants to have us hung. All we have to do is be the great American fighting soldier that is inside each one of us. Now, do what I do and say what I say and make me proud. Hey, everybody. How's it going, eh? Oh, it's going pretty good here. I'm having a good time, you know. Let's see here. Oh. Tried to add a moderator and almost put him in timeout. Never done that before. Let me kick you some linkage here. Oh, yeah. I'm doing great. I'm doing great there, bud. I stopped down at Tim's. Got me some Timbits. You know, cup of coffee. A little, had him put a little poutine in it, you know. It was great. Yeah. It's the little things, those little bitty things. It's the little things in life that piss me off. There we go. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. I'm making sure that I've got as many tabs closed down as I can afford. Now, of course, Joker's over doing a little broadcasting. So, you know, if you want to check him out, yeah, he's always good at speechifying. I like the guy. And, of course, he's more popular than me. He doesn't get all the chicks, though. Because chicks dig guys in bandages. And, yeah. There's a link floating out there somewhere for somebody. And I don't know how to pronounce it because it has literally no vowels. So I'll just say the person with the W. Welcome. Have a wrench. And yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to be a pretty short stream. I honestly don't have a lot to talk about. I know that I'm happy that my football team won today. and didn't win in spectacular fashion, but a W is a W. So now we're 3-1. Yeah, I think we're 3-1, and we're at the top of the division. And if you are a footballer and you know something about NFL, then you know which team I talk about. My team, good team, big team, very popular team. They are fascinating. For I have come from another country to enjoy the things that are offered from this here United States. I came in illegally, but I had to tunnel across the entire Atlantic Ocean. So I feel that I should be given citizenship. Or at least they could have brought me over in a ship. It takes a long time to dig your way across the Atlantic Ocean. So there we go. There's some rambling for you. Enjoy that, won't you? And yeah, I jumped on the YouTubes tonight to get my entertainment, and unfortunately, people are bitching at each other, and it's more of a please feel free. You go ahead and do that over there, won't you? I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to fill in any blanks. Last night's Ramble stream was, good God, that's about as much drama as I want to handle. And, you know, I don't know about you, but if you're, you know, just having a chill conversation, I kind of like to stick with the lower numbers, the better, because it gives people a chance to talk. Gives people a chance to voice their opinion without getting trod upon. So yeah, I do make a conscious choice. I normally won't have more than 4 or 5 people if I'm doing a group chat. The worst experience I ever had, I was over in Anal Vape's server, and there were literally like 40 people in the voice chat in the Discord, and nobody was hearing anybody. And it is, you know, like they do in the old movies, or if I can refer to Blazing Saddles, where the governor makes the speech and everybody's going harumph, 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 you know, just making noise to make noise. I didn't get a harumph from that guy. Harumph. You watch your ass. But yeah, I guess I can do a little quickie update. Everything's going great. We got all the transfer information set up for the GoFundMe, and that will come to pass in the next 3 to 5 business days. It kind of sucks because I found a couple of PC shops online that can do customs, but of course, you know, the ones that are already pre-made are cheaper. So I decided, you know, I'll just take a look at the spectrum of it. But it's like window shopping, you know, with nothing but moths in your pocket. You can legitimately look all you want, but it's just kind of frustrating. I do have infinite patience with some things, but you know, I'm so giddy. I'm looking forward to upgrading this whole rig. Um, I'm trying to calculate as well because the monitor that I have was a gift. It was given to me by a friend who apparently had many monitors. And good morning, Patrice. Good morning, Water Jabbers. Um, he had many computer monitors, and it was so funny because I was using box monitors, and I don't know if you guys have been to. Well, hello, Sepson. I don't know if you guys have been to thrift stores, but the thrift stores around here, uh, you know, basically it's more of a collection of dead people stuff. So I mean, it's very Macklemore.
Sup,
You,
Doc?
hey, how's it going, Cadet?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I was just talking about hunting down monitors, and I was really, uh, I was happy. I was satisfied because I could go to a thrift store and buy a box monitor
Mm-hmm.
for, I'm not shitting you, for $1.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
you
I
could blow
wouldn't
them
trust
things
that
up.
though.
Yeah, you could blow them things up. You could use it to crush somebody's head by pushing it off the top of a building. It has many uses.
Yeah.
And uh my buddy was like, "Yeah, you don't need that bullshit. I got a monitor. You can have it." And he gave me my first flat screen. And the flat screen that he gave me, unfortunately, has been gossed in like two or three places.
Oh, geez.
So there's dead lines in it,
Yeah.
but it was free. It was cheaper than the gas that it would have taken to drive to the thrift store and pay that dollar. So I'm good with that.
I
Um,
mean, if it works, I suppose, but still, like, ah,
well, and,
no.
and 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 that was my whole thing when I was talking to people, especially the people who were donating, and they
Mm.
had heard this story before. They're like, "Well, you got to get a new monitor," and I'm like, "But this one still works." I mean, it's kind of ghetto, but it still works. Irate, how the hell are you?
Is that irate prostate?
It is.
Ah, he's such good people.
I like the irate.
Yeah.
Although, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to be political in any way, but I hate seeing him get caught up into these messes.
Ooh, I don't know what
That's all I'll
message.
say about it. That's why I have the stream listed as drama. Nope.
Yeah. Well, hopefully any other message, because I know that there was some that had unfortunately had to deal with. I hope that shit's all pretty much done and over with, you know. Um,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
they
I just
can.
hope he and the good wife are doing good.
I'm hoping that the lovely and talented Uzi Q
Hmm.
is doing okay. No, well, you're irate. You're a personal mess, but I was just talking about getting into messes. Now that doesn't mean I want to get into you. You know, buy me a
Maybe
couple of drinks first, maybe a movie. We'll see where it goes from there.
woo him, irate.
And yeah, I'm taking the Sir Adamantine dating courses via the mail. So we'll see how that works out for me. And yes, a very good morning to you, Uzi. It is very nice to see you. It's always nice to see you, as well as okay. Um, hi, William.
and killing jokes in there too.
Hey, joke. I didn't want to step on your rant until I wanted to listen to his rant tonight because it was a very good one. I always like listening to Joke's point of view. It's always somewhat similar to mine. Um, if we did have the ability to spank children on the internet, I would definitely. I would go with some corporal punishment. I think that's needed now.
Like verbally spank children on the net and pretty much tell them to shut their fucking mouths.
No, no, over the knee, belt off, couple of stripes on the.
Just a couple.
Yeah, I mean, because verbally uh, I can do it, but it doesn't have as much impact. You know,
Yeah.
it's the whole. You know, the kid wants to touch the glowing burner on the stove, and you keep saying no, 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 no. And then finally, you're like, "Fuck it, touch it." Well, you know, that's basically what has to happen. Um, but there are a ton of really good people out there, and that's why a lot of the stuff I do is behind the scenes. Just because I I I I won't say I believe in karma, but I have a vested interest in seeing people do well because it brings me joy. Now, that may be a little bit selfish, but I don't give a shit.
You know what? Everybody can be a little bit selfish every once in a while, though, and your your selfish need to want to help people behind the scenes, um, is still in and of itself selfless. So I can't see anything negative about that.
You know, there's nothing wrong at all with people having a little bit of an ego about what they do because people confuse ego with arrogance instead of uh, citing it as confidence because you can be confident and you have an ego.
Yes.
And oh, Uzi, my grandmother had a weeping willow tree in her backyard. That's where we had to get the switches from. When
My dad just liked the belt, leather belt.
my dad before he left was into throwing shit. Like I came in once and he was trying to fix the back tank on a toilet. Now, granted, this was back in the day before they even considered giving birth to a wonderful child such as yourself. I would say this was very early 70s, maybe even late 60s. Um, only my hairdresser knows. But I, I I came in and asked my dad what he was doing. He was drunk trying to fix the toilet tank. And he didn't want to hear anything of it. So he picks up back in the day, Tidy Bowl, the basically blue water bottle that you'd put into the tank, you know, to turn the water blue. Those were made of glass back then.
Ooh.
He got pissed and without a word, he picked that thing up and started to crank it back, and I ran. And as I was turning the corner in the hallway, it shattered the nice blue water inside that little thing shattered. And until we moved, because once my dad left, he wasn't really paying for the house anymore, and my mom raising all the kids, we had to go.
Yeah.
So until the point that we actually moved out, that blue stain was there on that wall forever. It didn't make a difference what paint you tried to put over it. That damn thing would just bleed back through.
I
So
mean, it
that's
maybe needed a few flushes.
see, see that's the kind of thing that I feel about the internet when people start to bitch because that's there forever. And there's too many people out there that if they do say something wrong,
Have a good
that,
night, Irate and Uzi.
oh,
Yeah, they're going to sleep. They wanted to come by and say hi.
hey, Irate, Uzi, you are still wonderful people. And the door is always open if you want to stay up past curfew. But, or you want to develop insomnia, then, feel
Addie's
free
in the
to
chat.
buckle in. Let's see here. Oh, we got some more highs.
Yep.
Antihero, hello. And of course, Addie, as always. Howdy, howdy. Oh, Lucky Skunk Lomby's in. Hello, dear.
Hello.
But I'm sorry. I am really easy to get sidetracked
No, it's
tonight.
okay. I totally interrupted you, and I want to apologize for that. I
Yeah.
just figured I'd make sure you knew because Uzi and Irate need their rest.
Oh no, no. I understand.
Mm.
Yeah. The clock's winding down on me too. Me and Irate are close in age, so but he'll still outlive me
Mm.
because at any given moment my wife will sunset me with a pillow when I go to sleep. It just might happen. But she's doing it for my own good. So I don't I hold no problems with her. And a very good morning to you too, Furry. Even though you didn't say hi to me, because I know everybody's tuning in to say hi to Kadan.
No, they're not. They're a lot of the highs are for you, mister. The Adamantine gave us both a high, and we all know that Irate and Uzi needed to make sure you knew that Irate still loved you deeply and dearly.
Oh, yes. Oh, and a very good morning to you, Naomi. It's nice to see familiar faces. But yeah, oh, did I say hi to you, Chop Top? I don't know. I just Chop Top and Joker and I were talking BTS today, so I'll say hi anyway. But yeah, he gave me the monitor, and then I told some people about the story. How the monitor is functioning. It's a Dell, and it's still working. And everybody, I think Water Jabbers chimed in with this too. They're like, "No, you dumbass. If you're getting X amount of dollars, you better have allotted, some to get yourself a decent monitor." And it's so funny because the desk that I have right now, it's a 17-inch monitor, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would have to take a shelf out of this desk to be able to put in anything bigger. But wifey thinks that that's a good idea because then she can steal my monitor. She loves it. She's the kind of person who um, likes to plug in a movie and then fall asleep 30 minutes into it. So you never actually ask her how was the movie. You ask her how was the first 30 minutes of the movie. And then she'll tell you whether or not she's going to watch the rest of it. I'm really curious about this. I was part of the latchkey generation. A lot of single parents starting off,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, my mom had several children, and uh, her gimmick, her thing to do was she would always have a TV or the radio on. Always. There was always something playing for white noise.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious. One's in the chats. How many of you are quiet sleepers? You do not require or want white noise. or any type of noise going on. And of course, it takes a little bit of time for that to load up.
Oh yeah.
See, the full disclosure, I'm a two. I'm a two. I must have white noise. I probably am only the only person who still has their complimentary Marlboro gift of a portable CD player. And I plugged these little itty bitty speakers in because my wife's not necessarily cool with thunderstorms, but thunderstorms make me sleep like a baby.
Yeah,
So,
for me, like it's one of those things where it just depends. Like sometimes I need the white noise. Like there'll be nights where I'll go and, you know, throw on music on YouTube or whatever on my phone, leave it plugged in, and fall asleep to that. There's other days where I just don't need anything at all. So it's one of those weird things where it all depends. At least for me.
okay, so what's your choice? What white noise do you like to sleep to?
Um, I like I definitely am a fan of thunderstorms. Um, I'm also a fan of just like music a lot of times, and sometimes I'll just throw on, say, like a stream that has, say, a soothing, you know, voice of a doctor or something. No. But no, sometimes it'll just be, it all depends on my mood at the time, whether it's just like listening to somebody talk or listening to music or just listening to sounds of nature.
I think my backup and everybody who answered too. Now
Mhm.
you're also obligated in the chat to list what is your favorite white noise to sleep to. If I have to have a backup from thunderstorms, and I'll tell you this much, I was lucky. We had a real bad storm come in, and I had a recorder. It's the one that I used to use when I did my interviews, so I could translate them to print.
Was it the same one that you used to keep by your bed for your dreams?
No, no, that one was a micro cassette recorder. This one was a digital one,
Oh, okay.
and I literally recorded until the battery died. And I have this uh, this
Oh,
recording now is about 10 years old, but it was like the best thunderstorm, and I burned it onto a disc, and I play that one, and it's just you get peals of thunder, and you can hear the water drops not only hit the ground, but you can hear them hit leaves. So
that sounds so
it's
good.
yeah, it's like a symphony of natural sounds, and that will put me out. That is, if I'm in that frame of mind, I can never force myself to sleep. If I put my head on the pillow, then I better already be a little bit nappy,
Yeah,
because beds are just where you lay horizontal. They don't make you sleep.
they
Oh,
really don't. Yeah, water jabbers is going to sleep.
and a very good night to you, Water Jabbers. Thank you for stopping by. Um, I don't know. I left the door open for Antihero, but I just heard this through the grapevine
Mm-hmm.
that his girlfriend might get jealous if he comes on the stream.
Nah, I won't. Um, but no, well, no, he gets like normal people sleep half the time, or at least more normal than you and I.
Oh.
He's also EST, so he'll usually go to bed like at a more normal hour than either of us do. He gets like 6 to 8 hours like a normal person.
Well, that's just wrong. That's against everything. I mean, honestly, if you do want to hop in, just let Cadet know she's got the keys.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, if nothing else, it's also a lot of fun. And honestly, I think if this continues the way that it's going, we're gonna start hearing from a lot of people. Oh, that's cool. I just finally got the notification for Joker's stream, and his avatar is animated Heat Miser.
Oh yeah.
So that rocks. I like that. Um, but yeah, I do want to make sure that maybe we pull on voices that you're unfamiliar with, or people that I haven't talked to, or people that I may talk to BTS. And I will use the hipster doofus phrase of BTS because I hate saying behind the scenes over and over again. Plus,
Understandable.
every time I say BTS, then Gavin McInnes sends me beard and mustache wax.
So every time you say BTS.
Yeah, every time I say BTS. I think he just saves it up and sends me a case every other month, even though I don't know any bastard who uses a case of, buttercream mustache wax. And welcome, Antihero. How you doing?
I'm alive. It's 3:06 in the morning on the East Coast. I'm sitting in a kitchen where the Wi-Fi is actually decent, and everything is going according to plan.
Awesome. Now, yeah, I'm on EST as well. So,
The right coast.
oh yeah,
Oh, shut up. I get it.
it's and he said right coast, not white coast.
No, according to the white nationalist, I don't count.
Um, I know a lot of white nationalists, and most of them can't count.
That's fairly true. No, I am of Sicilian origin. So unfortunately, my bloodlines are by genetics far too muddled to be allowed any sort of ethno state. Uh, which I think, as far as I'm concerned, is probably a good thing.
Well, my grandmother was um, full blood Blackfoot and Shoshone,
Oh.
and my grandfather on the other side was a Welshman. So that definitively makes me mud people.
It's cool that you have the Native American there. I apologize for the Welsh.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. So my relatives have been ghetto on like two different continents. This just doesn't seem right.
Well, I mean, the Sicilians are known to be a certain group of people, according to the Italians. We're not well loved at all. We're considered to be the worst of the worst as far as Italy is concerned.
Well, I don't know. I think that yeah, I think that definitely depends on whether or not they've watched Goodfellas.
Sepsin trichinosis is saying, damn mobster.
No, I've managed to avoid that particular jacket.
We're not a gang, we're a club.
Well, it's funny. So, according to my mother, my nonno, my grandfather, was never involved in any sort of mafioso tactics or anything like that. But I have very fond memories from when I was younger, of like every Friday night I'd be at my grandfather's, and like between 5 and 7 guys would show up. They'd all be older guys. They'd all be very Italian looking, all dressed very nicely. My grandfather would dress up a little bit. He'd wear a nice pair of slacks, a nice shirt, a sweater. And they'd sit down, they'd have tea, they'd have a little bit of some cookies, they'd have coffee. And they'd play pinochle, and you couldn't talk to them. They'd spend the whole time talking in Sicilian. You didn't interrupt them. Things were very quiet, very serious. When they leave, my nonna would have a lot more money than when they got there. and nobody would bother him for the next week.
I fucking hate Pinochle. God. I mean, but then again, I was raised with euchre. Euchre's kind of a Midwest thing because when I was in college, we had people coming from far and wide because the thing that I was going for my degree in, the school I went to was one of the top 10 schools for this particular field, and so we got them from everywhere. But there was a guy from Oklahoma. There's a guy from Sausalito. There was one from some I think around Fort Lauderdale. And at those far points away, none of them had ever even heard of euchre. And so I don't know. Have either of the two of you played euchre before?
I've never played, but I've heard of it.
I tried to learn it way back in the day and determined that I would stop trying to learn it.
Yeah, it takes about 30 minutes to actually learn the mechanics, but it takes minutes to learn, but a lifetime to master. And
Jesus Christ, why the infomercial?
Oh, because I love my euchre. I'll pimp out euchre. There was one night. Okay, we were at a party, and this was the kind of party where the two guys moved out of their parents' house at 18 years old, so they ended up in their 2-bedroom apartment having 2 refrigerators side by side, and one of those refrigerators was for nothing but kegs and beer.
Smart.
Okay, there was literally a tap in the door.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, good craftsmanship too, because they did it all themselves.
Oh, nice.
But of course, invariably, there's a little drinking, there's a little smoking going on. I was accidentally tripping balls. And
how do you? Okay, no, hold up. I think this clarification. How do you accidentally trip balls?
Well, it's kind of the same way when you accidentally get drunk. You fall down, the bottle lands in your mouth, and if you don't want to drown, you have to drink your way out of it.
I have never once in the entirety of my quarter century plus ever been accidentally drunk in that particular fashion. I have gotten accidentally drunk by underestimating the effect that certain kinds of alcohol would have on me, but never have I just tripped in a bottle, fallen straight in my mouth, and for fear of drowning, had to go ahead and fix that.
It can happen. It was like a blight in the 80s. But
you remember much of the 80s?
I remember way too well. Technically, I did too much in the 80s, so I don't remember that much. But
I remember way too much of the 80s, like you wouldn't believe.
But yeah, I was legitimately tripping balls, and they're like, "Hey, Griff, come over. We need a fourth." So I sit down. The rule at the table was, if your team won, you didn't have to get up. So as long as you continued to win, you could stay there and play euchre. And there was, it's a 2-bedroom apartment, right? There was like 50 people there. And so, chair space was at a premium. I mean, literally their entertainment center was made up of milk crates that they stole from the elementary school. So there weren't too many places to sit, and even fewer still that were actually comfortable. And I did not get up from that table for 8 hours.
Oh, that's a long time there. Like, to get leg cramps, to periodically get up and massage. I mean,
oh no, there were others there to attend to my needs.
Oh my! Wait, so you're telling me that just because you're one euchre, they were like euchre girls? Like, did they occasionally like walk around with signs, like showing off the next round? I mean,
The women that usually hung out with our crew normally were just appreciative of any skill.
So like Band-Aids then.
So yeah, well, yeah, I mean, a lot of them are biker bitches, and I don't use the term bitch in a bad way because they refer to themselves as biker bitches.
I mean, I guess if they're okay with it.
Well, I don't think they really had a choice at the beginning, so they just rolled with it.
Oh my!
But I tell you what, you never ever step into a fight between two biker bitches.
I've made it a habit in my life to never get between two women who are fighting about anything. It's just not safe.
Oh yeah, they will fuck some shit up. They are amazing to watch. I mean, I felt like a judge at the Olympics. Like after they were done fighting, we get to hold up scorecards.
You got only a 9 because you failed to claw at her face the prerequisite 6 times. You only reached a 4. We did think that was good, but just not quite good enough. It's only a 9 from me.
And hey, I didn't know this. Naomi, are you a biker bitch? Because she said thanks for the compliment, Doc, in the chat.
This may be a point to run. I don't know. This seems like a trap.
Oh, she said she's an old biker bitch.
Oh, I love you even more then, sweetheart. I'm going to have to get you on the show. Right now, you've got open door policy. If you'd ever like to come on, then I will shoot you a link. If you're here with us late at night on the Ramble stream, then you should come and join us. I don't even know. Hey, did anybody else? Is Joke still in the chat?
I'm not seeing him say anything for a while, so I'm not sure.
He's a lurker. I'll throw him a link just in case he wants to slide in. But yeah, I'm of the opinion that parties are good and they're much better when you're younger.
I don't know about that. I've been to a lot of parties in the last like 2 or 3 years, and if there's anything I've noticed, it's that the current generation either doesn't know how to fucking party, or it's just not fucking fun. Maybe I'm just not a party guy. I don't know. Just the whole club scene and getting stupidly drunk in front of people and whatnot. I mean, I am much happier, and I'm not even joking. I'm much happier with a glass of scotch, a cigar, and a bonfire with a few close friends. The whole party thing is just, it's not for me.
Well, here's the thing. Oh, wait a minute. I have to ask this. Naomi, did you have your own, or were you riding on? Because this will determine how much more respect that I have for you. Because I already love her already. And yeah, literally partying is like sex. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And yeah, I mean, legitimately, there was always a party every weekend. Or, if you'd go on a beer run, if there was some type of gathering. Oh, I love you even more. And a biker bitch that has her own bike, that's hotness. Because then you don't have to worry about the person on the back, because I tell you what, there is a big difference between when a biker bitch is on the back of your ride and just a regular old bar slut's hanging about, because they'll try to compensate because they don't know that, legitimately, if you're on the bike, you're part of the bike. You lean with the person who's driving. You basically duplicate their moves. So if they go into a lean, you don't want to counterbalance it and try to lean the other way, because that will definitely put your ass onto the pavement. True. I will say this though, as an old person, if I ever go drive a rally from if I ever ride from home to rally, I'm getting me a fucking Gold Wing. Those things are built so nice, and they're really nice for a long travel. Harleys, there's a reason why a Harley Davidson comes with a toolkit, because you got to tighten every fucking thing up every 5,000 miles. I do not endorse Harley Davidsons. I had a Harley, didn't like it. Then again, I had a 70s AMC, so that's a piece of shit. Okay, I am completely off any type of subject that's any fun for anybody else to listen to. What's been going on in your world, Antihero? And no, I'm not baiting for anything that was talked about today. Fuck that shit.
Don't worry about that. I track. The title of this stream pretty much indicates that. No, mostly I'm doing a lot of job search stuff. There's actually a couple of really good prospects where I'm at right now. I'm going in tomorrow, not for interviews, just to let the companies know, hey, here's who I am. I'm very interested in this job. Let's see if we can expedite this whole interview process a little bit. If I can get the sooner that happens, the sooner things get a lot easier for me, frankly.
I find it helpful in the first job interview if you get it out of the way right up front and let them know that, yes, when it's really, really cold, your nipples can cut glass.
Diamonds, actually. I have been tested. I am a medical marvel.
Wow.
It's
amazing.
It's not something I tell everybody. It's not like a first date thing. You don't just throw that out there. You have to wait. That's like a third date thing. I waited a good 6 hours before I told it on.
Well, but yeah, I mean, if the woman wakes up next to you and they have these parallel scratch marks that are roughly equidistant to how your nipples are, that's going to be an uncomfortable explanation.
The best part is that we both had those scratches.
Oh
yeah, no, don't let her fool you. All right, don't let her act like she's all innocent and all that kind of nonsense. She's dangerous.
Well, now if you are, if you're adventurous, hopefully after about a week or so, you'll have enough scratches for a tic-tac-toe board.
You have to work on the positions though. It gets a little weird sometimes. But it can be worth it, especially if then use certain appendages to go ahead and draw the X's and O's.
Well, I'm a practiced but not a professional helicopterist.
Everyone should at least be amateur.
Everyone. Oh, I think so.
I think everyone should practice that ability. They should try it a couple times in their life. Every year at least, you should retry it and see where you stand. Or half stand, as it were.
Yeah. Or sit, or on all fours, or however the wind blows. We used to go to a what do they call it? A social club, which was literally nothing but a sex club. And it was in a building. They had taken over a building that used to be a YMCA. So it also had a pool.
So the Young Men's Christian Organization or Christian Association had become the Young People's Orgy Association.
It become the bow chicka bow bow place on Friday and Saturday. So
the little red room action going on there.
No. Red room is it also brings death and torture and murder. Although in the basement they did have a St. Andrew's cross.
Dun dun dun! Those degenerates.
Oh yeah, but no. The worst part of it, or I think the funniest thing was, they had a heated pool, and there's a sign big as day that says, "Do not fuck in this pool. You know why." Do you know why?
Well, if it's a heated pool, that means diseases and bacteria thrive in that kind of environment. I don't know any other reason. I'm trying to avoid having sex in the water, frankly.
Two words: pearly floaters.
Oh, that's gross.
Yep.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah.
I know, like, you shouldn't have sex in hot tubs because it actually makes your chances of getting sick way worse. Because it makes it just the right temperature and everything for a shit ton of bacterial infections. So I assumed a heated pool would do something very similar. But yeah, you're right. The idea of having to swim in someone else's cast off what's named is not my idea of a good time.
Well, and here's the thing: it's not like Caddyshack where you can see the baby Ruth floating towards you either.
No, I suppose not.
Like,
Ugh.
like you go below surface and you come up, and all of a sudden there's some sticky gooey.
Suddenly you've got a protein facial.
Yeah, it turned into more of there's something about Mary.
Just rub it through your hair, you'll be fine. All right, it's just creative manly essence. You'll be okay.
Naomi, I am the son of a son of a minister. I actually got my my ministering certification when I was 13. My grandfather wanted me to be a child prodigy preacher, and then I started thinking for myself, and I'm like, no thanks, no. Yeah. Religion, just not for me.
Never let the young ones think, and they leave your cult.
Yeah, it's wait a minute. I do have to ask, Naomi, do you actually have a microphone? Once again, 10-second delay. And I would also like to open the door for Lord Byron if he would like to stop by. Well, okay, then, Naomi, you're going to have to get a microphone because I'm going to have you on sometime. Because I always see you around the chats, but I always like to hear voices matching to the faces or to the lines of dialogue. I don't know how that actually goes, but yeah, I just like to hear you on. And also, let me find out. Oh, where the hell are you at? Because I can't pull up Discord or it'll crash me. I'm already at like 80% usage right now.
A small computer or what?
Well, my computer used to be
top of the line, state of the art.
Oh God, never was. I bought it 2 years ago from an insurance company that was changing out their networking computers.
I tell you what, back in the day, this Commodore 64 was the shit.
Oh, dude, my very first computer was an NCR 286. It's the kind that had the amber screen, and it could hold, what was it? It could hold over 100 kilobytes.
Nice.
Yeah. But of course, if you ever wanted to do anything, you had to use floppy disks.
I would say there are floppy disks that put that to shame, I think.
Yeah. Okay, Byron. If you're game, it is also in the Twitter's DM for you. Who's Drama Inc? No, you're not gonna bait me, Sisyphus. I ain't doing it. I ain't gonna do it. There's drama all over the place, and now Medicare is attacking, what is it? Dead animal rapists.
That I tried to watch that video. I got about 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, and then shut it off.
I still like his videos better than I like his live streams.
I could not do it.
Well, it was only 16 minutes, and I need to spend my time, learning and absorbing. Well, hello, life. Hello, welcome to our ramble stream, Lo-Fi. Have a wrench.
It is a lo-fi. There's a lo-fi there.
Now, this may be a wild Lo-Fi spotting. Everyone, please remain calm. Do not use no flash photography.
It is also advisable not to stare the lo-fi directly in the eyes. Lo-fis are known to react to direct eye contact with extreme violence. Just to be very careful, all you have to do is just say, "Hi, lo-fi," and if the lo-fi deigns to notice you, you should be left alone. So just everyone remain calm.
Kadant, do you think we can de-escalate this situation by throwing her a link?
Kadant is having phone problems. She'll be back very shortly.
Again.
You could definitely de-escalate the situation by throwing the lo-fi a link. There's an excellent chance she'll jump on if she's not busy.
And let's see here. Come on, computer. It's called technology. You're a part of it. So yeah. Anyway, okay. I just got the message from her. I have never DM'd Lo-Fi, but I did go ahead and follow her.
I can send her a link if you like.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, sure. I will go ahead and take care of that momentarily. Here we go. Gotta go and pull up the thing. Copy pasting the thing. And Lo-Fi, check DMs. No, not 65%. An entire 99.2% at least.
So, everyone, just please do remain calm. Is it true that Lo-Fi likes sugar cubes?
She likes sugar cubes. Yes, most almost any sweet thing, as far as I know, but nothing with milk.
Okay. Well, then I am fortunate, for I am not lactating.
There you go. No, she hates lactating. You can ask her right now.
Hello.
And welcome to the morning, Lo-Fi.
Thank you.
And how are you?
I just woke up.
Oh my. Do you need a caffeine fix?
Yeah.
I'm not much of a coffee person, but I heard it works.
I currently have a bottle of Mountain Dew Live Wire.
Maybe a morning taking to wake up. It's pretty good.
I've not had caffeine since 2000. I cut it out.
Wow, how are you surviving?
Cigarettes and meth.
Well, I'd like to point out that swapping out caffeine for methamphetamines is I mean, I can't really applaud you for dropping caffeine if you've just thrown speed into the mix.
Oh yeah, it's good for you.
I don't think that's how it works.
It gives your teeth a shine that you won't believe.
A natural shine. It puts holes in your flesh too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can shape your teeth and make them look like the Rocky Mountains.
You can. You can shape your teeth like the Rocky Mountains. You can see your bones. It is some good shit.
It's good to air out the inside sometimes with some holes, so you don't sweat so much.
It's probably the fastest way without plastic surgery to dramatically change your looks.
Well, besides a baseball bat.
Well, to do it yourself, Yeah. Most people just don't have the level of dedication required to do it themselves with a baseball bat.
What weaklings. Pathetic.
I mean, that's a lot of work right there. That's a lot of effort. That's a lot of dedication. You gotta want it.
Sepson, I have no prejudice against people who are pro coffee. I am not anti coffee. As a matter of fact, if there's something I want to smell when I wake up in the morning that's invigorating, besides sex sweat on the sheets, it would have to be coffee.
For me, invigorating morning scents, bacon.
Yeah, but you know, you can set a coffee pot to
Look,
start in the
I
morning.
have woken up from the deepest of sleeps, from pleasant erotic dreams, for bacon.
Well, I do like me some bacon, but I have stipulations on bacon. It has to be crispy. I can't stand that soggy shit that they put on stuff at fast food places. Although, if you go to a White Castle and ask them, they sell breakfast sandwiches at White Castle. If you ask them to throw in the bacon into the fryer when they do their fries or onion rings, they will do that for you. And
I'm hungry now, goddammit.
it's delicious, it's crispy, it's all good.
I have to say something terrible. I'm not a too big fan of bacon.
You know what, Lo-Fi, I just lost some small amount of respect for you. I did love you, and now I'm not so certain.
Yeah.
Oh well, what can I do?
You can learn to love bacon, goddammit.
Fight me.
I will later on. Not right now. I'm tired.
No, I can't condone biting. Nibbling, yes, because biting leaves evidence.
Good call. Good call. Yeah, you're.
And I hope to be on the Supreme Court someday.
Are they going to allow you on there? I mean, you have a YouTube career. I'm pretty sure that counts as sexual harassment these days.
Well, but see, everything that I do is out in the open, except for the fact that I have an alt that I do everything on YouTube with. But I still use my kind of my regular name on Pornhub. So I think that type of disclosure is something that they're looking for.
Now, did you say disclosure or exposure?
Some column A, some column B.
A little of both. All right, I can track with that. So in the Pornhub videos, what specifically should we look for? I mean, what should we watch out for?
Well, there's a reason why people, guys in amateur porno wear socks, because there's nothing less sexier than watching two people screw with dirty briar patch feet.
Yeah, that's always been a little weird.
I guess that's true. To see some hobbit feet. Hey, Tyro in chat. Hi.
My biggest weird thing about porn is why do some of the girls come in with the worst bruises on them? And this isn't like Arabic porn or something. It's American, made here in America.
Honestly,
and some of the chicks just have brutal bruises on them. I'm like, have you been beaten profusely before you did this?
Honestly, a lot of them are junkies.
That could be part of it.
Because drug abuse kind of makes you not give a shit about what you bump into.
True.
Or what's bumping into you, I guess.
Some of those porn stars.
And I've seen the name Tyro somewhere, so welcome. Good morning. Have a wrench.
He's a strange person, Tyro is.
Tyro is my...
I don't know if you just trust him.
Tyro is my sex partner. My Asian intercourse man.
Tyro's kind of a weird one, you're never really sure what you're going to get with old Tyro. Yeah.
And yeah, okay, I remember because I was watching Antoine's stream today, and he was in there. Oh wait a minute, I'm assuming gender. Sorry.
Oh no, Tyro's male.
Okay.
I think he is.
Wait,
if he's male or if he's not male and he has the voice he does, that's Like, you can't blame me for missing the cue.
We have more people here, so I will say hello to Jean Dalk and American Phoenix.
So it's Shandak. Shandak?
Jean d'Arc?
Yeah, it's Shandak.
Oh, okay.
It's the French cunt that got burned.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm with you. Well, you can have a wrench anyway, even though I mispronounced your name. And damn it, I thought Phoenix, I thought I wrenched you. Wait a minute. Let's see here. Did I wrench you or did I ban you? No, you got mod.
Let's
You're in
cut.
there.
Can
I always
favor of banning.
I haven't banned anybody yet, and I mean, even William's a good boy in my streams. And a good morning to you as well, Tennessee Marine. Hope you're doing well this morning. Yeah, I mean, you can enjoy BDSM. I'll be honest with you. This is where my tirade always comes in. I could not give a fuck what anybody does behind closed doors as long as it's consensual.
We have the exact same theory. I like that.
Unless they need a cameraman, and then I'm more than willing to help out.
I'm a firm believer, and as long as you're not doing it on my couch, then we don't have a problem. I don't care what you do on your couch. As long as everyone is okay with it, I don't give a shit what happens on your couch. When it starts happening on my couch, then I have a problem with it.
Well, I kind of care about couches, though, because, if I'm over at somebody's house, am I just going to stand, because knowing the activities that have gone on the couch?
It depends on the floor for me. Like, is it a hardwood floor? Okay, I'll sit down on the hardwood floor. People don't usually fuck on hardwood floors. If it's carpeted, you have to inspect the carpet. Is it like that rough Brillo pad stuff? You can sit on that. No one's fucking on that. Is it like deep shag pile? You probably should keep your shoes on.
Well, just to help describe the Ramble Stream Hangout, our clubhouse, it does actually have orange shag carpet, and there are many bean bags.
I'm gonna keep my shoes on
all over the place.
I'm just gonna keep my shoes on the whole time. I think it's just safer at this point.
Yeah.
No, take it off. Rob,
I don't know what's been
lay
done
down on the carpet and twirl around.
I don't know what's been done on this floor. I don't know what's been done on those bean bags.
That's the fun part. You don't know what you'll do.
By the aroma within here, I can make a wild guess, and it involves just some promiscuous boning, which I don't approve of. I'm a very moral person.
It's
this is
like
a Christian stream.
Russian roulette with illnesses. So just run that.
Nothing like a nice case of gonorrhea syphilis to make your day, right?
Yeah, just why not?
Well, no, that's why the clubhouse has rooms in the back. We do keep it very above board, except for there might be the occasional beer or liquor stain or dried blood stain. Fights happen, but we try to keep those to a minimum, and there you get an automatic ban if you rip up one of the beanbag chairs. I don't care what they say. Duct tape on a beanbag chair is it's a dead beanbag chair.
It's tacky. It's awful. It's gaudy. It's gauche. It's not so ambiguously camp. Just got a message from Kadant, and she's helping out a friend real quick. She's gonna be back, but it's gonna be a bit later than anticipated.
Well, she's teasing again.
Yep, that's what she does. She's a pretty brutal cock tease.
Yeah, I think she's a sweetheart, and I'll be honest with you. If we do plan to continue this, I am seriously considering, since she's an insomniac too, to help me do the co-host on this.
Go for it.
I enjoy her company, although she started talking about how my not my gimmick, but her gimmick was like being a ditzy slutty girl, and every time we've talked, like behind the scenes or even on this stream, she has never presented that. So I have a completely different perspective of her.
It's because she feels comfortable. That's all. It's when she's like uncomfortable or in a stream where she's not sure the lay of the land, so to speak, that she puts on that act. Because then she's all like, "Oh, look at me! No one really cares." I'll do whatever I want and not leave a lasting impression. But when she feels comfortable in a stream, she'll talk, and she's ridiculously intelligent. She's got great ideas on a whole lot of things. I'm mildly biased, of course, but
yeah, and I mean, we've had some really good talks. Plus the fact that if she sees somebody in the chat that I don't know, and she's like, "Hey, can we get this person in?" I'm like, "Well, shit, yeah, let's go." I'm always, I'm the kind of person who's like, okay, there's an Ethiopian restaurant that just opened. Let's go. Let's see what Ethiopians actually consider food. By the way, it's usually bad, very dried out, and kind
I
of
have
depressing.
I have a firm belief in that if the country experiences periodic mass exoduses, you probably should not try their food.
Well, yeah, it's the old Sam Kinison joke, talking about them being poor, and he says, it's because you live in a nation that's nothing but sand. Yeah, why don't you do the smart thing and go where the food is? Here we have these trucks from the UN. Jump on in, and we'll take you over to where the food is. I don't do it as well as Sam, but then again, he's dead, so I win.
Hey,
That's a very
Doc,
arbitrary statement there.
Yes.
can I invite Tyro to the stream?
Sure.
You've done it now. You're just gonna start voice fucking each other right now. It's gonna be awful. That's all they do.
Decorum, though.
That's you and
Yes.
that's you and Kadant with the fight.
I'm always for decorum because I do still wear steel toe boots. And let's see here. Okay, Trippy. I don't know what that means because I'll be honest with you. When your stream started and you guys got into it, I didn't really know much of what was going on, and I didn't want to know. So I left you a light, but I tuned out early. I'm just, being straight up with you. And, there's drama does not live here. The only thing that lives here is probably Dramamine or drugs or Drambuie. If you're into mixing.
I try to avoid the mixing of different things. I actually haven't had anything more than rum in a while now. I managed to get full-blown celiac, and so beer is no longer my friend.
It's funny. Ever since I had my gallbladder taken out, alcohol just affects me differently now. It's tastier. No, I keep having strokes, so the doctor's like, "Are you still drinking?" And I was like, "No, not as far as you know."
Not as far. Well, it depends, doctor. Would you like my honest answer, or would you like the answer I give my doctor?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I could lie to you. Oh, hey, good for you, Will. Will's 7 shots in.
Wow, that's Will. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, man, but 7's probably about enough.
It's not enough. I gotta pump those numbers up.
You're probably okay at this point, man.
No, the first stream that I was ever on, I got invited on to BYBS, and Joaquin invited me on to have what's called church chat, and we were playing Never Have I Ever, and I didn't know that their rules were, like you could take a sip from a beer. I was doing legitimate shots. And so about an hour and a half in, I took my 28th shot and then hit the floor.
Whoa. Holy 20. Good damn it.
Yeah, I almost drank 2/5. I think it was 12. No, wait a minute. It might have been 18. Because I know I killed a whole bottle.
Wow.
Well, you know, I died once. Oh, thank you, Trippy, for dropping me a like. Likes are good. Thumbs up, thumbs down. As long as people are actually interacting. And if they don't like the dad jokes, then whoo. Hey, Cloak and Dagger, nice to see you in. No, I think it would be kind of cool if instead of just having a wrench, you could pick out your own moderator icon. But it would have to be some form of hand tool.
That would be cool, like a dildo.
Well, you know, technically that could be a tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could use it like a hammer.
Yeah. You can hammer it right up there.
This conversation took an awkward turn.
Oh, I appreciate it, Trippy. Hopefully you'll have fun. If we're still up and running, then feel free to swing back by and say hey. I would bring Cloak and Dagger on, but I would have to know the first season's not over with yet, is it? You
is
know,
it out? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's out. It's on what is it? Is it on Amazon? I forget. I know Amazon has the new Tick series.
That's fucking great series though. Holy shit, that's fun.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. By the way, have you all seen Maniac yet?
No, I started watching yesterday.
I'm not a fan of Jonah Hill. I think Emma Stone is an infiltrating alien, by the way she looks. But it's entertained me. I binged the whole season.
I have never in my entire life been a fan of Jonah Hill.
Well,
I have liked some of the movies he's been in, but I have never once liked him in those movies.
Well, you know how some people look better fat than they do thin?
Mm-hmm.
That's Jonah. He's lost a shit ton of weight. And he's got that creepy, almost gaunt face.
But you know how some people just look better than Jonah Hill?
Oh, that's mean. Have you heard how much fucking abuse he got when he was fat? It was fucking disgusting.
I don't care how much abuse he got when he was fat. He wasn't funny.
Oh, see, that would be a better reason to make fun of him, though, if he wasn't funny.
Oh, that seemed like the obvious one to go for, though.
Yeah, no, and the problem was that it's not just like when people yell in the street, who the fuck cares to write on the internet? This was the interviewers of every fucking magazine and show.
That is a little rough.
That's unprofessional as fuck.
You know, I think it goes like this: when your entire comedic acting career is composed of low-hanging fruit, then all you can make fun of the person for is low-hanging fruit. So I don't feel too bad making fun of Jonah Hill for just being an awful, awful, awful comedic actor.
I think he's fine. I'm not a fan of him, but I think he fits many roles.
Well,
that he's in.
See, I'm not a Judd Apatow fan. So I mean, Jonah Hill I consider as part of Apatow's crew. The only movie I think I ever really liked was 40-Year-Old Virgin, but they improv'd most all of that.
Yeah, so that's thanks to some awesome actors.
Yeah, so I can't really give Apatow credit for putting it over. It's, you know, the actors who are improving. I mean, you get together a good cast and they'll make your movie better than you ever thought it could be.
I have noticed more and more that my favorite films are the ones in which the actors got to pretty much go their own direction with it. And the films that I like least are the ones where the actors were told shut up and stick to the script. I'm a huge Ryan Reynolds fan because of his consistent, changing direction and doing improv, very similar in a lot of respects to the whole Robin Williams methodology. But I hated Green Lantern.
Well, wait a minute. Does that mean that you hate Kevin Smith movies?
No, but I can't say that I like them because I've barely seen it, to be perfectly honest.
Well,
they're so good, some of them. Some of them.
Well, Kevin Smith is a dictator about his script. He does not allow improvisation.
But from what I've seen of the little bits of the movies of his that I have seen, it seems like he does really good script writing, like for comedy wise. But then again, I'm also easy to please. I happen to appreciate all the Transformers movies. So,
were you? Oh, wait a minute. Were you high when you saw all the Transformers movies?
No, but I walk into a movie theater and immediately turn off all brain cells and expectations, regardless of what movie I go into. It makes it easier.
I every time you say it, I get slightly annoyed at you.
I know you do. It's why I keep saying it.
It's so fucking. I hate. God damn it!
Like when it came to those movies, I literally had 3 points of expectation. I wanted to see giant robots. I wanted to see explosions, and I wanted to see hot chicks. And it brought me all of those things.
With how they shoot the camera movement, they can hardly provide the giant robot.
Again, I am extremely forgiving for most things.
Honestly, if they would have had giant robot chicks that explode, they probably would have got my ticket money.
So
that would have been the only way. Yeah, no, that would have been the only way it would have been any better. Is just robo porn.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime just fucks the shit out of Megan Fox.
Azalea, welcome. I do have to disagree with you on that. Green Lantern was shit, and that's because they literally did not have a script when they started shooting. And a good morning to you as well, Michael.
I was under the impression, based on a few articles and interviews that I read, that not only was the script just not great from jump, but they also told Ryan Reynolds to pretty much stick to it or else.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty much we're paying you. It was buku. So he got paid, but then again he was just he was incredibly unhappy with it. And the big thing that really pissed him off was that he had to wear the motion capture suit. He never actually got to wear a costume.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he referenced that pretty heavily in Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
So they tried to shoot the Green Lantern movie since 1990s. They have been trying to giving the script to Kevin Smith and Quentin Tarantino, who both said no.
Quentin Tarantino as Green Lantern's right. Oh, that'd be. I don't know how I feel about that.
Quentin Tarantino has in pre-production right now, or excuse me, developmental. He's got in his script for his version of a Star Trek movie. I don't want to see it.
Is it based on the Klingons?
I don't know. They've been pretty hush about what it should be or what it is going to be. But
I don't know much about the Star Trek universe. I was a Stargate fan, so I never really overlapped.
Oh, dude!
But I do know that the Klingons are the masterfully warlike race that rips the galaxy apart, kind of thing, in multiple occasions for a while. So, like, if Tarantino did a movie that was like solely about the Klingons and their constant warlike battles for honor, I could see that coming across pretty well.
Well, the only thing that I'm expecting Tarantino to do is to keep his fucking word. He said after he does 10 films, he will retire. And Hateful Eight was the 8th one.
Oh, so he's only got 2 more films before he finally just...
Okay, so according to Carl Urban, the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek script is bananas. It requires an R rating,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not shocked. It's Tarantino.
Yeah, and so apparently it's really fucking weird.
Is Urban in it?
Yes, he is.
Oh,
He's
okay.
slated
No,
to be.
Oh, come on,
I
Carl.
could
Do
watch
another
that.
Judge Dredd movie.
I
Fuck
could
the
Yeah,
watch
Star Trek
that.
universe.
he wants to do another Judge Dredd, but no one's want to fund it.
I'm a really big fan of Carl Urban. I'm not gonna lie.
I love him.
Oh, yeah.
That dude's badass.
He's fucking awesome.
Like in what was it? No, it wasn't. Yeah, Chronicles of Riddick. Like it was
He's
tough to root for Riddick the whole time because Carl Urban played a mean ass Vaco. I thoroughly approved of that whole thing. But then again, I also love cheesy movies. So
No, but it's I see those movies. I can agree. I like the Chronicles of Riddick. I like all the Riddick movies. Okay, not the newest one. That's pretty bad.
I liked that one. I thought it went back to the whole Pitch Black.
It's
harkened
just
back
a
to the
rerun
Predator
of Pitch
days.
Black done worse. It's just the
Done
same movie
worse.
done worse.
I
I
respectfully
even like,
disagree.
I even like the cut scenes that were in the video game.
Yeah.
Was it Escape from Butcher Bay?
Yep, that was a good game.
So good. That's the best movie tie-in game ever made.
I don't know. Didn't Pixels have a lot of game tie-ins?
You had to bring up my
God damn it.
most hated and simultaneously one of my most beloved actors. Yet you had to pull out Adam Sandler, didn't you?
Well, he only did like what, 2 good movies?
See, I liked Adam Sandler, especially during his initial stages, because he was for me anyway, he was easy to identify with. He felt the same sort of crazy emotions that I thought most people did. But because he was on a movie, he was able to just react to them any way he fucking wanted. And so you have for instance, what I just watched. I just watched Happy Gilmore the other day, like 2 days ago.
In my opinion, one of his 2 good movies.
It's a great movie, but you have this guy who's who has like obvious anger issues, and he fucking tries to beat up Bob Barker. And it's just this incredibly insane, stupid shit he does that you're like, if I could get away with it, I probably would have something just as dumb as that guy.
Well, now the cool thing about that fight scene, right?
Bob Barker really was beating the shit out of him.
He did all of his stunts. He
Nice.
He refused to let anybody else stand in for him.
I can approve of that. That's solid right there.
Okay, Lord Byron, you have changed my mind. 3 good Adam Sandler films. Because I was thinking Happy Gilmore and Wedding Singer, but yeah, I liked Waterboy too.
No, Waterboy was great.
Yeah,
there's a few others I enjoyed as well.
Funny People was pretty good. The first 80% of it.
Frankly, I liked Little Nicky. I was expecting an Adam Sandler movie, and that's what I got. Mr. Deeds, I found amusing. Again, Adam Sandler movie, and that's what I got. I haven't liked a lot of his more recent stuff. It just
So that's why of all his most recent stuff, I still think that Funny People is the best one. That's because it's a drama for the first 80% of the movie. That part is really good because he's a really good actor that keeps doing shit movies.
Wait a minute, what movie?
Funny People.
Party People?
Funny.
Oh, funny. Oh, God, no, sorry. I'm gonna have to kick you now. That was a horrible fucking film.
Not for the first beginning was good.
I think he spent a lot more time trying to get more family friendly and trying to get his buddies on screen. And while I applaud him sticking to the people he knows and trying to help people out and get them there kind of deal, it's just his movies just haven't been as good in my eyes. Now, granted, I'm not the one who's making money off of it, so what do I know?
Well, once he sold his soul to Netflix, his career was pretty much done. And a good morning to you, Sir Adamantine.
But if Netflix came and said you can make 6 shitty movies that we don't care and you get a lot of money, would you say, Oh yeah, I'm gonna churn some shit out in the bucket full.
Well,
Well,
I might say, oh yeah, but then I would actually try to make it a good movie too.
well, keep in mind that he signed that deal after he did Jack and Jill. He effectively destroyed his career with Jack and Jill. And
Yeah.
there was somebody willing to offer him millions of dollars to make shittier movies. He's like, oh yeah, God, I need it. I got bills to pay.
Yep.
But yeah, Carl Urban, total stud. Like the guy a lot. Good guy or bad guy. He played for Thor Ragnarok. He played the Executioner.
I actually despised that role for him.
He did it well. He did it well.
Because I've seen him be such a fucking badass in a bunch of other movies, and I was like, and this is what they gave you here. This is oh no, it hurt.
That's what I like about Carl Urban. He doesn't have to be a badass. He's good. He's a good actor.
He did a great job. Don't get me wrong. I just like I feel like you've been insulted.
Hey, good morning, Blackout.
You hoe.
I'm a send you a link anyway, Blackout. I don't care if you haven't woke up yet.
What was it? Oh, speaking of Carl Urban, I'm not gonna lie here. I loved Doom.
Yeah, it's fun as fuck.
Doom was great. The first person sequence in there I thought was cool as hell, and I was thoroughly enjoying every second of it.
Yeah, I do the same. I will agree, that is the one where I can be on the level of you, just no-brain it and have fun.
And that's all I needed. I mean, I thoroughly appreciate monster flicks. I happen to love things where I can just sit back and turn everything off and just be like, I'm gonna watch, a bunch of insanity happen now, and it's gonna be a great time. And that's what the Doom movie is for certain.
Only thing I liked with the Doom movie was when they went into FPS mode.
That was so cool.
It was really cool and more. I want to watch Dread now.
I haven't seen Dread.
It's so good.
Oh, dude, Dread. I went and saw the 3D. I actually went to the theater, and the first thing I said when I walked out was, I got to go see this on acid again.
On acid.
Oh, the 3D, it was actually filmed 3D. It wasn't like the separation process that they've been using for all these other superhero movies. It was actually shot with 3D cameras.
Nice.
It's so good.
Did you by chance see Doctor Strange in theaters when it came out?
Nope.
Okay. I normally say fuck 3D. For Doctor Strange, I will 100% recommend you see it in 3D.
See, I disagree. I was underwhelmed by 3D. Then I went in, I saw it first in 2D because my friends don't want to watch 3D, that's fine. And then I went in afterwards and said, this would be a good movie in 3D. And then I went in alone and watched it in 3D. And it was like, this is underwhelming.
See, I like Tron in 3D.
Oh, God, Tyro. There goes the whole stream.
Hi, Tyro.
Yeah, the rest of the stream will now be Lo-Fi and I making out.
Well, I mean, verbally anyway. A lot of voice fucking and shit. And if you just mute them now, Doc, we can get on with real conversations.
So, well,
there's the guy who likes Transformers. Fuck. Oh.
I'm glad this is titled Drama Nope. I just got done with oh God, I don't know how many hours that was.
Let's not talk about it. If it's the Drama Nope stream, let's not go there.
All right, excellent. I'm all for that.
Oh yeah, it's all about the nope.
Yeah. So okay, Black Panther. What did you guys think of it? If we're going to talk about MCU films,
decent movie. I didn't think it was as groundbreaking as they thought it was, and by they, I'm saying all the little masturbatory geeks who were like, "Oh my God, this is a crossover. This is brilliant. It has all black people in it." And I was like, "Have you not seen the Mac?"
So you're saying I shouldn't have my dick in my hands right now?
Black Panther is a piece of trash movie.
Wow.
So I think of Black Panther in the exact same way I think of the Thor movies. I love the Thor movies. I enjoyed Black Panther, but I like them as filler.
Black Panther was a pretty good blaxploitation film.
It's no Black Dynamite.
Welcome, Blackout.
Look,
Hello.
Everybody.
nothing is Black Dynamite.
Why do everyone go to Black Dynamite when they think about blaxploitation?
Because Black Dynamite is the best blaxploitation film of all time. It's a
No way.
blaxploitation of blaxploitation.
No.
The Mac is
Yeah.
the blaxploitation film. Only just barely above Cleopatra Jones.
Fuck, I haven't seen that yet.
That was my era growing up, and I was literally living in the projects on the north side, and they even at the what do you call it, the little community center that was in the projects, in the apartments, actually played blaxploitation films. That's the first time I saw Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song. And that was pretty good too. Black Cowboys, man, fuck your shit up.
I can imagine.
So
yeah, I thought of it as a filler movie, and because it was in between the Avengers flicks, it was in between the main storyline,
Okay.
and I enjoyed it for that.
Good when it has so many storytelling mistakes and such bad CGI. It's just fucking
Yeah, but
trash.
remember when I'm sitting there, I'm going, okay, this is
Why
a
do
filler
you
flick,
don't-
so my standards are lower,
You're
so
the
I can
problem,
enjoy it.
Anti. You're the reason they could get away with so much shit.
I guess so. I guess
Yeah. You are the problem.
I am the only problem. I am now
You are the old
problematic.
anti.
I am now problematic. It
I
must,
have to-
it must be my toxic tanness.
Indeed. The now I'll say on Black Panther, I liked it. The big thing I liked is thematically. To me, it was a movie that dealt with international relations first and foremost, and thematically, they ended up agreeing with Ron Paul. And a Marvel movie that promotes Ron Paul's solution to international relations, that's a movie I'm going to sing its praises for, even if it has some internal flaws.
once again, politics are actually banned here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did not know that. Thank you for letting me know.
My favorite part of that movie is at the end when he's got the knife buried in his chest, and T'Challa is all like, we can probably save you. All you gotta do is say you want us to take care of you, and we'll do it. And he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna die on my terms." I admire that. When you decide that you're gonna, when you go out in the way of your choosing.
God damn it! Spoilers, would you?
I didn't. I thought everybody had seen it.
Well,
Terrible.
we
It's
have.
Everyone
several
dies.
months.
Still, spoilers.
Everyone dies in the end. It's all my fault.
My favorite part of that movie is the same scene, Anti, but it's because it's fucking stupid, and he somehow managed to pull the guy with the knife in the heart all that way up the cliff, and it's probably taken like 10-20 minutes to walk up there.
Can't you just like for real, just go with the willing suspension of disbelief?
Now, keep in
No,
mind.
I cannot when it's that bad.
Hold on. Both of them have the Panther serum in them, so they are both superhuman. So that explains it.
Have you
He's
seen
not
how
gonna buy
terrible of a superhero he is, though, Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Except
Willing-
Civil War.
He's supposed to replace Captain America, according to the rumors, right?
I'm done with the Marvel Cinematic Universe with that.
Wait a minute.
No,
I
we
got
still
a
have
couple
the
questions
Ant-Man,
here.
so we're good.
Jean d'Arc asks, Doc, you guys only going to talk about movies in the stream? No, we're going to talk about some other stuff. Unless I get really, really tired. And Michael Hatfield asks, where did you grow up, if that isn't too personal? Well, I grew up in the Midwest, but I don't know. Were you talking about the specific projects that I grew up in? It wasn't Cabrini Green or anything like that. It was essentially, it was about 85% black, about 10% Puerto Rican. About 4% white and 1% biker. That's where I got introduced to biker gangs. Well, excuse me, clubs. But they were pretty gangy back in the 70s. They would beat the shit out of people without just cause. Oh, good story. The guy who actually was part of the inspiration for my alt here, for the Doc Griffin alt. The leader of the gang, the leader of the MC or that chapter in our town, his name was Doc. He was the leader of the Outlaws. And I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if this guy was drunk or just an idiot, but he started mouthing off saying how Doc beats his wife, how Doc neglects his children, and, you know, that he's a big piece of shit drug dealer, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, only one of those things was actually true. So he's in the courtyard yelling at him because, you know, like with the projects, the buildings are kind of like U-shaped. And they're usually set side to side and go all the way around. Doc comes out his door. This guy's yelling at him. And he's like, come on, motherfucker, I'm going to fuck you up. And Doc just kind of looks at him and goes, okay. So Doc starts walking towards him. And as he's walking towards him, he notices that there was a car jacked up. And they were changing a tire on it or something. Doc grabs a hold of the jack, rips it out from under the car, then proceeds to take that jack and beat the living shit out of this guy.
Wow.
And then afterwards, we all gathered in his front yard and had popcorn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that guy got fucked up something bad too. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen anybody beaten with a tire jack. I've never seen it since.
Did he join in on the popcorn?
Huh?
Did he join in on the popcorn afterwards?
Yeah, his wife actually made like a bucket, like a 5-gallon pickle bucket of popcorn. I don't know if she started it while the beating was what was going on, or it was maybe spur of the moment. I don't know what it was, but it was still some good popcorn.
Oh, nice. So, Honey's active beating another ruffian, I guess. No, I guess I'll make the popcorn. Yeah, that would be a funny reaction. It's like, it must be a Tuesday.
It was the you know, he's beating down another Negro in the projects. Popcorn, anyone?
Yeah. So when you say tire jack, do you mean like the cross beam, like the lug nut wrench, or like the actual like jack, like you pump it up to lift up the car?
It was the jack itself, you know, the one that had the self-attached boot to the bottom. So you were on the flat surface. It's the one where you would take like the regular jack, not a crossbar jack, but it just had the one lug nut sizing, and then the other one, then the other end of it was like a pry bar where you'd pop that, where you'd be able to pop the hubcap off. And you would slide it into the jack. You'd slide the part where you would pop off. You'd slide that into the jack, and then you jack it up that way. That's what he used. Used it kind of like a ghetto baseball bat.
Batter up.
Jean, I have not seen Hitman Agent 47.
Oh no, you.
I have.
With Timothy Oliphant.
Okay, then
I saw the first Hitman. It was so.
With Oliphant?
Blackout, please take it away. What were your impressions?
It's not that bad.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, that's my reaction to it. It's kind of what you expect from a Hitman movie. Just a little more shit.
Oh, there's two of them. I've only seen the first one. God damn
Same.
it!
Yeah,
The
there are
first one
two.
did not impress me.
Oh, thank God, Anti. I thought you were gonna say you loved it because you turned
No,
out great.
I really
God damn it, I'm
did.
so
Like,
happy now.
and it bothered me that I didn't like because I really like Timothy Oliphant. I think he's a fairly decent actor. I thoroughly enjoy Justified. But just that
Wait, was he the one that was in the remake of The Crazies?
I think so. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that would have been him. Tall, rangy, Southern accent.
I don't know. I mean, he kind of had an accent in that one.
But if you've seen Justified, he's Raylan Givens.
Oh, okay. I see why you
yeah.
brought that up, Michael. No, there were no Latin kings. As a matter of fact, there were literally no actual gangs allowed down there because the leader of the outlaws lived down there in the projects, and they pretty much kept it in line. Even though if you were a white looking kid, they would. Some of the black kids would really love to beat the piss out of you just because of your skin color. But yeah. Oh, and Naomi's asking Blackout, how's it feel to be home?
Awful. It's cold. It's fucking dreadful. But hey, at least I don't have to eat greasy food. Oh, America killed me.
Now, for those who don't know, Blackout actually ran a food gauntlet of American food when he came here. He is originally from Norway, and they made him eat very horrible things, like poutine.
Poutine was fucking great.
Good.
However, it didn't taste too well when it came back up.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's my own fault. I had that beaver tail and a lot of candy on stream, and yeah.
Whoa! I didn't know you could eat that.
No, it was not an actual beaver tail.
Oh.
It's something. It's a confectionery that they call a beaver tail.
I'm disappointed.
Cloak. I hate to disappoint you too, but I can't pull up Discord right now, or it'll make my computer crash.
Oh, okay. That does look delicious. A beaver tail. Okay.
Oh, it's unhealthy as shit.
Okay, well, I tell you what. Now that we're on this, I want to hear you guys pick. What do you think is the worst for American cuisine, or even to craft this a little bit? If you could have made Blackout eat anything that was actual food, what would you have had him sample?
What's it? Shit, I have to remember the name.
Lutefisk.
That's not as
Christ.
No, that's not American cuisine.
That's not American cuisine.
That's American cuisine.
That's already
everything.
Norwegian food.
American cuisine is everything. We've stolen all of our meals from everywhere else.
Phil.
Chop Top Nada says Baconator. Sepson says
I've already had Baconator.
What about everything Guy Fieri ever made?
Well, there's IHOP has this thing that's rapidly become my favorite meal there. It's called the brunch burger, and it's a hamburger with a fried egg, bacon, and hash browns on top.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's amazing, like holy shit. But I was shocked how good it was. I ordered it because I was like, I want breakfast, but I also want something to actually chew on. So I got that. It's great.
Yeah, if you like hash browns, my favorite hash browns are Waffle House hash browns. Love those.
I like brown hash. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, same thing. It's exactly the same. There's no difference.
Because we just used to put that in brownies.
Yeah, No, I track.
That's true. That's fun though.
There's no difference involved in any of those.
Cloak and Dagger says a Gutbuster burger.
Oh, I've heard of those.
What's that?
I don't know. I think
Okay.
that's a regional thing. I can't think of what.
Jesus Christ!
Can't think of what the franchise is.
All right, let's see. The Gutbuster Burger. Googling it now. Jacoby's Burgers? Nah, that doesn't sound right.
I want you to eat an entire bottle of cheese whiz with a spoon.
Oh, okay.
Ew, no.
Nothing is stopping you.
No, not me. We had to say what he should eat.
Oh, I thought you said I wanted to. I was like, what's
No,
stopping?
no way. Holy shit.
it.
You know.
Do
Oh,
it.
no.
Do it.
Do it.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Yes, Cloak and Dagger. That is exactly the same type that Doc used to beat the literal piss out of that asshole. That is, you are correct. That is the tire jack. Yes, Lord Byron, if you would like to hop in, we do need an Australian representative at this point because it has become the UN of non-drama. And we need at least one person to jump in and call somebody a cunt.
If we're the UN of non-drama, does that mean that even if we wanted to have drama, we'd still be totally useless and ineffectual?
Yeah.
No, I mean you can still have drama. It's just like, you know, if you want a geek fight with, could Hulk beat Superman? That's the kind of drama that we're more in.
Well, it depends on the version of Hulk.
No, he couldn't. Stop.
It depends on the version of Hulk.
Superman's gotta win anyway. God damn it.
Well, it also depends on the version.
What if Hulk is made out of kryptonite?
No, it's just because there's a couple different variants on the Hulk, and
I know.
One of them just gets stronger the angrier he gets.
Right.
Yeah, but there's still a limit to if Superman should be able to knock him out fast enough.
Right. Which does happen.
Are you talking World Breaker Hulk?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on the Hulk.
If he starts as World Breaker Hulk, it's gonna be a long fight. But there's a reason that he couldn't. That Sentry was sent in to defeat World Breaker Hulk.
Yeah.
I honestly still think, Soup's just throw him out into space.
Well, there is also, the Hulk can in fact get so powerful that he can break galaxies. He does.
Yeah.
They have established that it is possible for him to blow up galaxies.
The Hulk is stupid.
Yeah, that's why, like Thanos, which is the Marvel dark side, when he says people I don't want to have to fight, Hulk is on the list because Thanos is like, Hulk.
They somehow made the Hulk afraid of Thanos.
I have no issue with that.
Ugh.
Yeah, because he beat the piss out. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lord Byron Wallace.
Hey, how you going, boys?
How you doing today? Well, it is day there, right?
Oh yeah, about six in the Arvo.
Oh,
Holy shit, that's an amazing Australian accent.
well,
Queensland accent, mate.
that's good because he's in Australia.
Yeah, fucked if I wasn't.
It's really awkward when you don't have the right accent for the place you were born in.
Yeah.
Every now and again.
Disappointed, Byron. You didn't call us cunts. This feels unusual.
Hey, what's going on, cunts? How's that?
Is that
There you are.
We're just making fun of Bering at this point.
I wouldn't make fun of Bering. He's got his own issues.
Oh,
if
I haven't heard of that kind of name.
If you're on YouTube, I think you have issues, and it's just how it goes.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Cloak and Dagger just put up on my Twitter, and I will retweet it. This is a Gutbuster burger.
Sounds like diabetes to me.
No. I think your arteries will close, therefore preventing any type of sugar spike.
It doesn't look too bad.
It looks. I expected more.
Blackout, that's bigger than your head.
I know.
It'd probably tear you a new ring when it comes out too.
Oh God.
How many patties do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh.
5. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
That looks like God in between two buns.
It's got bacon, so
That makes me hungry.
That
It
gives
looks like
me.
it's growing up.
I kind of want to try it.
Yeah, I've had one that is slightly smaller than that. One patty less. So one time I was in Philadelphia, and for the life of me, I don't know the restaurant, but it was.
I could have sworn you were going to say, for the life of me, I don't know why. I was prepared.
Oh no, I know why. It's a school field trip. We were going to Gettysburg.
I was in Philadelphia, and I just have no clue why the hell I was there.
Yeah. Or was it?
I just showed up. I had a soiled condom and $20 on me. Yeah,
but we were in Pennsylvania around the Gettysburg area. I think we were passing through Philly. Stopped in a burger joint, for food. It was great. They were advertising. It was a new burger. They had just come out. The thing had, I think, they bragged about how unhealthy it was. It had 4 or 5 patties. It had 12 strips of bacon, and it had a ton of cheese on it too. Like every single patty had like multiple slices of cheese between. So it actually looked a little like this. Only I think it was more squarish or so. But yeah, I ended up eating 2 of them because they were. It was really, really good. Unfortunately, I don't remember the restaurant. I don't remember the name of the thing. I wish I did because I want more of that. But it'd probably kill me now. This is back to my teenage days when I had the metabolism of a blast furnace. Well, there was a restaurant around here in the Midwest called Max and Irma's, and they were the home of the 10-pound burger. Oh, they would bring it to the table, and then they had knives where you would cut it up and serve it between people. I had a buddy of mine, 6'4", probably about 300 pounds. He ordered one for himself, and he ate it. Nice. And he gained our respect that day because he did not puke afterwards. Yeah. My dad was the sort. He would do those kinds of feats. Like when he was in Chicago, he's the guy who would down like 5 hoagies, and be like, "Yep, that's a good dinner." He'd have. He loved to make pork sandwiches. His pork sandwiches basically slab of pork around the size of the frying pan is how you cook it, and you put it between 2 giant, loaves of bread essentially for the bun, and you eat that eat a couple of those for lunch. My dad was able to eat a lot. I inherited his metabolism for a time. The best I ever did was I ate a medium pizza in 22 minutes. Wow. Okay. See, I don't eat fast. Fast eating. Nah, I like to savor it. I don't mind taking my time. Like some people say, oh, if you eat slowly, you eat less. I'm the opposite. If I eat slowly, I can eat more because because for me, like the sense of fullness is like a sudden stop. If I eat fast, I'm actually going to trigger nope, you're full, done. Don't eat anymore. If I eat slow, my body doesn't, it's like, well, you're not hungry anymore, but you're not full. So you can keep going. And, you set up a pace, Well, I don't know. I think eating slowly is definitely the way to go because, women are so hard to please nowadays. Right.
Yeah, I was about to do the opposite joke of that and say there's only one thing that I savor the taste of and eat slowly.
Okay.
She means dick.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, that flew over my head for a bit. Okay.
Oh my God.
And Doc, he meant pussy.
Yes. I get that now. Yes. Sorry. Yes, I did because around where I live, eat a dick is an insult.
They mean genitals.
See, it's not an insult to me. eat a thing. Okay, I'll skip it.
She's like, give me the salt. Pass the pepper and the sriracha.
I only want Tyros.
Of course.
That's right, Tyro. She only wants your sriracha.
Yeah.
On the menu this evening, tube steak smothered in underwear.
Oh my.
That sounds delicious.
I'll take 5.
I'll take a dozen.
I'll have what he's having.
I'll have a baker's dozen. That means 13.
13 days at once.
At the same time.
This got really gay.
That's exactly what I was thinking, God. What the fuck?
No,
No,
you can't be a little gay every once in a while. What the fuck can you be?
Yeah. Well, you have Lo-Fi and I on a stream. It's going to be gay by kind of default there.
Oh, well, Tennessee's out of here, I guess. Have a good morning, Tennessee.
Oh, is Tennessee going?
I believe he is.
Oh, okay. The actually, here's a good question for you, Doc. What do you think about traps? Are traps gay?
Oh, traps gay.
Have you dealt with this topic before?
Honestly, I really don't think about it because back in the heyday, I had some friends. Well, I had one that was Miss Ohio drag queen, and the phrase "trap" to me, I just don't understand it because even if you've got a guy who's completely dressed up, representing as female, there's still pretty much dead giveaways to know that person is male. So I never actually considered anybody being trapped.
What if you're drunk though? Then what if you're pissed off your tits? Is that a trap?
Well, then I'd say, Lord Byron, bend over, I'll drive.
Oh shit.
No, I don't. I just simply do not care. I know my stepdaughter. Well, she's got kind of a different thought on that one because she's transgender, and oh my God, that's one of her trigger words.
What, trap?
She starts to go off with this education. Well, you don't know about traps, and I was like, you heard this. You guys heard somebody say it on my computer. I didn't say it, so hence I don't give a fuck. Go away. I don't need to be educated. Are you gonna educate me about the black bloc now? Go away. Don't care.
But she gets offended by the term trap?
Oh yeah.
Oh geez.
Oh my God, trap is the best describer though.
Yeah. And it's not like that. It's a positive term. Like they try to say, "Oh, it's a slur." No, it's never used as a slur. Like no one who says trap or uses trap is like, "Oh, that's just another trap." It's always like, "Oh, a trap! Yay!"
It means you pass so well. No one knew that you were ever the other gender. It's like the best form of holy shit. You look exactly like the opposite gender.
Oh boy, now it's really gay. We got Kadant.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, Kadant.
Hi.
Yeah, this used to be my co-host.
I know. I'm sorry. My phone started messing up out of nowhere, and then as soon as I got it back on, all of a sudden Muffin called, and I'm just like, "Oh no, she doesn't call like this unless there's something." Oh, by the way, Muffin says hi, and she also sends her apologies.
Aw, that's
but
cute.
Did she send muffins?
She bakes muffin. She's and if you look really hard, you'll find a muffin button on her.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we've been talking breakfast food, and muffins do qualify.
This conversation has once again gotten awkward.
Okay, so what kind of muffins do you guys like?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip, peanut butter, mint.
Like literally my favorite and the only muffin I'll really eat are chocolate muffins with chocolate chips.
Huh.
Fuck healthy.
I do like those. Banana nut is good. Pistachio. I like pistachio. Surprisingly.
You're a sick man.
Pistachio, yes.
Pistachios are good if they're made right, but I still have to go with fruit explosion.
That's not bad.
That just sounds awkward.
Tim Hortons can make them muffins now.
Yeah, they can.
I'm going to place an order for a half dozen fruit explosion muffins. Extra on the fruit, extra on the explosion.
Do you guys ever remember those anti-smoking ads where they were advertising the new beverage Splode?
Yes.
Fucking love that.
Those are so good.
Pop open the can of Splode.
Explode.
Only Splode has a 300% chance of killing you every time you open it.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna have to bounce now, so I'll talk to you all later.
You can't bounce yet.
You have to show.
There's some shilling that you are obligated to do because I know you're kicking the show back in.
Your channel.
Well, Blackout by Dawn at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on youtube.com/blackoutno, twitter.com/nofinalblackout, and that's all you need to know.
Franz, you've got a wrench. Throw the link in there.
He's another Scandinavian. I'm so happy not to be the only one. Hey.
So as he gets ready to spam out the chat with the link, I would like to encourage everyone. Blackout by Dawn is one of my favorites on YouTube. It is definitely in my top 10, and if it's not in your top 10, that just means you haven't watched it yet.
Let's go watch it right now.
There's some great art going down. Is Diddy going to be on with you?
From the looks of it, yes, she'll be back.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
so you'll not only see one great artist, but you'll be able to see two great artists.
Yeah, I hope she will draw today as well. So if not, it's just going to be me, and we're going to talk about horror, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's October.
Yes, it is October, and yeah, I think it might be fun to talk a little bit about the Halloween coming up. That's actually my wedding anniversary. We got married because I said there's no fucking way I'm going to get married unless we have a costume party.
Yeah.
So we got married on Halloween.
Nice.
But yes, please, everybody, if you are new to Blackout, spend 20 seconds, hop over there, sub, turn on the notification. So even if you're any place in the world, you'll maybe get the YouTube notification bell.
Might get lucky. Yeah.
Oh, wow, this might actually be streams I can watch. Oh shit.
Oh yeah. If you like Dead Air, I'm the king of Dead Air.
The king of Dead Air. Ooh.
Now it's more since you're Norwegian and I'm Danish. Does it pretty good that.
Oh God, you're Danish. Jesus Christ.
We got a rivalry, boys.
Hey, I'm not Swedish.
Rivalry.
Hey, well, for as much shit I can give Sweden, at least their language is. You can actually understand some of it.
Oh, you rather go with the crazy rape country instead of a proper country.
Yeah, sorry,
I don't
Denmark
want this count Germany.
Scandinavian country, no, hands down. I mean, my wife who is there, so yeah, Denmark wins.
I actually saw that on a Bureau of Tourism for Sweden. Come to Sweden, we have crazy rape.
Yeah, Sweden has actually become a country that the embassy's warn against going to. So that's pretty good for your tourist board to say you probably shouldn't go to Sweden if you do this and this and this.
There's a chance you might not get raped. Come to Sweden.
Well,
or
there's a chance.
Come to Sweden. Our rape gangs are really organized.
Oh God.
I hate Sweden.
Yeah, well, speaking of languages we can't understand, Finland still better than Denmark. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't see you base everything on language, right? That's your prerogative. That's your issue. I look at more than just language.
One of the few things I know about Denmark is you guys are really into that sexualized animal thing.
No, we're not. That's
wait, what?
Wait,
that's not...
Okay, is this the start?
I need some clarification on this.
Well, hold on. I think you're thinking Kiro the wolf who lives in Pittsburgh.
No. I'm not, because I'm just gonna point everyone towards the theme park called Bon Bon Land.
Yeah, but they don't fuck the animals. That's just fucking mascots.
Well, you're the one
Candyland.
You guys are the one who came up with it, not me.
It means Candyland. You fucking, what a weak argument. Our infrastructure. You have so many money, but you are such an expensive, shitty country.
Wait a minute. Is it a furry fucking park?
Doc, there's no fucking. It's a children's park. It's called Candyland. Bon Bon. That's that's Candyland.
So, is there a furry that drives around in a van and picks up children? I don't get it.
Candyland, not Candyman. And no, it's because the company that makes the candy, they have silly animals on the candy.
Yeah, that's
it. And apparently in Norway, when you see silly animals, you want to fuck them, so you associate them.
Oh, really? You want to have a look at those logos again? Because if I don't remember wrong, there's a cow that's half naked.
Oh, you guys are killing me because I can't pull up Google.
I know, Doc. I'll send you a link to.
Are you the one looking at naked cows now, or you are the one that requires cow to wear clothes? That's weird.
No.
You know what's funny is you had said like a few minutes ago you needed to get going, and now you're talking about Candyland and animal fucking.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, this happens every time. God damn it. It's coming up in the conversation. God damn.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of got to get going, it's almost 5 a.m. here. I do need to get some sleep at some point in my life.
Same.
So
I'm getting about 3 hours charge on my end.
I'm gonna make that point now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass the fuckity fudge out.
Well, I certainly appreciate you stopping by Antihero. If you got links, drop them.
Just Antihero Cast on Twitter. That's fine.
Shill them. Throw that link in. You got a wrench?
Sure. I will do that right now.
But yeah, I'm out, guys. So have a good one.
All right, brother. I will watch you on stream tomorrow or today.
And I'm out myself, so y'all have a great night. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
Sleep well when y'all do.
All right, see you later, mate.
Peace.
And thanks for not causing any drama, Antihero.
I try to avoid it, frankly. Peace out, y'all.
See ya.
Okay.
There's nothing sexual about Bong Bong Land, Candyland.
I'm gonna have to reboot my shit computer and study that for myself. Not that I mistrust you at all, Lo-Fi, but now my curiosity has been piqued.
Okay, there's one sexual thing about it, and I don't know why they put it in. There's a cow with its tits out of its dress.
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
and I don't understand
weird,
that.
man.
And that's it.
So are they encouraging people to nurse from the teats, or why are they out in the first place?
It's a totem pole of silly animals, and for some reason the one on the bottom is a cow in a red dress that's pulling its tits out.
So cows are natural bottoms in your country?
Apparently so. Everyone else is sitting on the top of her head, on her horns.
They're sitting on her horns. That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Running a train on a cow just sounds wrong.
Yeah. But we have to teach children what's going on in the outside world, so we have a park for that.
Okay. Is it? Does it have barbed wire and very tall fences, or
no?
Is it more like an education camp or a re-education camp?
Yeah.
It's a Konzentrationskamp. It's one of the leftovers from Nazi Germany.
Oh my god! Now I hope you're kidding.
Yes, I'm kidding. It's
Holy
a children's
shit.
park called Candyland. Bun Land. And they have silly animals. And they have one unfortunate statue and that's it. The rest are just like there's a dog pissing. That's one of the statues. Just a pissing dog. And it's of course a spring.
Okay, now I think this is a great question. Chop Top Knot is asking from the chat. What are your favorite things about the Halloween season?
The movies. That's what I'd say, the movies.
Okay, so recommend a movie then.
The Rainbow and the Serpent. That's a good movie. That's one of my favorites.
I can't do that one. I'm what's called taphophobic. I have a fear of being buried alive. So not giving away any spoilers, but guess what happens in that movie?
Wait, what is it called?
The Rainbow and the Serpent.
Rainbow by Wes Craven.
But the creepy thing about his movies is, aren't they all based on like something real? Like Nightmare on Elm Street was based on Indian people dying in their sleep and shit.
Hey, wait a minute. Byron, isn't that also the movie where the guy nails the other guy's ball sack to the chair?
Yep, that's that one, yeah.
Oh, you sick fuck. That's truly horror. Unless you don't have a sack. And,
but that's creepy because they did that shit in real life, like make real zombies and shit.
Oh shit, I want to watch that now.
It's
classic.
It's not bad. The Wes Craven had a run there in the late 80s, like with that and with People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Well, my favorite's still Shocker.
Shocker? I don't think I've seen Shocker yet. That's
and the Hills Have Eyes. Oh,
yeah,
that's the one where the guy on death row gets electrocuted, but he's turned into an electric ghost. So he goes around killing all the people who got him locked up in the first place. Horace Pinker. I still even remember the fucking name.
Oh, and of course.
You can't beat Nightmare on Elm Street. That's like the creepiest shit ever. A pedophile demon that kills you in your sleep. That's fucking terrifying.
Will Honorless was asking, you know that thing water does where it gets really dark and you can't see anything under you?
Yeah.
I don't know. He was just asking about that.
Yeah, we know that it's the one scary thing and also super interesting thing about sailing on this big ocean. The sea is looking down and just seeing nothing and imagining all the things that are looking up.
Like 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Actually, I'm thinking of looking down and all the things that are looking up, but they're not just looking up; they're flipping you off as you're going by.
That makes it less scary. It's just that's the crack. It's flipping me off times 8. Oh no!
It reminds me of The Abyss. I loved that movie when I was younger.
My ex codependent at the time had to leave the room with the drowning scene.
Oof.
That one was rough. So, Lo-Fi, what is your favorite thing about Halloween? Oh, I should ask. Does your country actually celebrate it?
Yeah, we do. So my favorite thing about this Halloween is that I will be in the States.
Are you going to like visit any theme parks? Because most of our theme parks get turned into Halloween attractions.
They're really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I just want to eat a lot of food. And...
Are you gonna go trick or treating?
No.
Oh,
You sure?
I don't know yet. It's undecided. I'm gonna spend most time on Tyro. In Tyro. Fuck. With Tyro.
Well, there you go.
Indeed.
Around Tyro.
But at least feed them candy corn.
Oh,
I like
that makes it really Halloweeny. Or maybe just have a pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern in the room while it happens.
That could be it. Oh, by the way, yes, our safe word really is ooga fucking ooga. So, yeah. So, and it's a very effective safe word too, because I know if Lo says it, I'm not going to be hard anymore. That's a boner killer.
Oh no.
I would think bad hat.
So what's your favorite thing about Halloween, Tyro?
My favorite thing about Halloween?
Yes.
Okay. Well, apart from the candy, I do like the costuming bits. I've got a costume kind of in mind. I'm going to help Lo get her costume together.
Yeah, I think if everything works out like I want it to, my costume will actually be a Doc Griffin costume.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Cool.
I've got I found most of it at the thrift store. So
yeah, best place for costumes.
Oh yeah, I got my smoking jacket and everything. Although here's the funny thing, I have about 20 costumes in my closet. Because when I had a job, I was a very savvy clearance shopper. So I would show up at the end of Halloween season, and everything was 90% off.
Yeah.
So I'd buy a $50 costume for $5. And so I just accumulated a shit ton of them, and it did help because I actually shot a movie that was superheroes versus zombies. Technically drunken superheroes versus zombies. And we used a shit ton of costumes. Oh, well, there was one particular costume that we had to get from Hustler of Hollywood. But everything else, pretty much all the blood, all the shitty latex scars and wounds and shit. The budget for that, well, for the movie that I shot, we spent a fifth of the budget on fifths. So in every scene, there's at least one person who is drunk. And that's one of the guessing games. When you watch the movie, you have to figure out in the scene which person is actually drunk.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Oh, there's another drinking game to it too, but if you try to do it, you die. And that's sad because we don't want anybody to actually die. We want them to, finish the movie.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Halloween, Doc?
Well, now it's the fact that somebody's put up with me for 10 years.
Oh.
I love to try to take her out to because around here I don't think it's any shock to know that I'm living in Ohio right now, and there are a lot of homey country festivals going on, like an apple cider festival or pumpkin festival, something themed.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like to take her to one of those. And if we can't make it to one of those, I always try to take her to a haunted house. Haunted houses are rare things nowadays. I don't know. How many of you have actually been to a haunted house? Not like a not like a ghost encounters haunted house, but a
I want to see someone go to those haunted houses on acid. I reckon that'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude, when I was younger, way far younger, we used to get drunker than shit and go through haunted houses. And our big thing was, well, because you could tell when you're walking down a corridor, you're getting ready to walk into a scene in the haunted house. Something bloody or creepy or mysterious is going to jump out at you, right?
Yeah.
So we would get right up to the corner of it just before, and then we jump out and try to scare them. And one day we caught some old man who was probably the most out of shape Jason Voorhees that I've ever seen in my life. The three of us jump out, and he literally yelps and staggers back, and he's grabbing his chest. And it's like, holy fuck, we've managed to kill Jason Voorhees. He did leave, though. He did have to go. They didn't cart him away, but there was a helpful ninja suited person who took him somewhere in the back, and we never saw Jason again. And I blame alcohol.
I'm surprised you don't hear more people getting knocked out at those things, like some poor cunt swinging on.
Oh, it definitely happens. There was one where they had this wall of hands where you'd walk down this corridor, and there was about 20 people, like 10 on each side, and all of a sudden these hands come out, just like that scene from Day of the Dead where they come out of the wall.
Yeah, I was thinking Labyrinth, that scene where she falls down
where she's falling down the well and the hands slow her down.
Yep. That's what I was thinking.
But they would reach out, but they weren't actually allowed to grab, because that actually turns into groping. But one of the women's that I was dating at the time, she freaked out and had one of those I can hide a small Puerto Rican family of 20 in my purse kind of purse. And she started whacking hands. And literally, I've never heard so many ghosts go, ow, oh, ooh, fuck, ah. And Kadan, what do you like most about the Halloween?
The weather. Like straight up. I live, it's probably not, if anybody doesn't know, I live in California. Like, oh my God, for sure. It's fucking hot almost all year round. Like, we're lucky when it gets down to, at least where I'm at, we're lucky when it gets down to like the 70s. And usually that happens around Halloween time, which is so beautiful and so glorious. Like, that's the start of like the actual, like, cooler weather, and it's nice. And of course, I'm a fatty, so I love the candy. And then my baby sister used to do, you were mentioning haunted houses earlier. Well, it wasn't necessarily the house, but we would build like this quote unquote haunted maze kind of thing out of like a bunch of cardboard boxes, and we'd build this stuff up and around in the front yard of one of her friends' houses, and then we'd all get all gussied up, in our scary costumes, and like usually we would do zombies because it's easier, and we had like all the muck to add to it, and we could just wear like just torn up and bloodied regular people clothes and not have to worry about, oh, this is nice little fancy outfit, and I'm gonna have to crawl around in the grass on it. And we'd have like little trap doors and stuff where we'd pop out, or we'd just like lay quote unquote dead on the ground, and then like just like pop up and give people a good little scare. And that was always really fun.
So is that kind of like a haunted hobo maze?
Yes. Yeah, it's a haunted hobo maze. That's actually a really good description.
That'd be a
Get
good
out
horror
of my
movie.
cardboard box. It's my home, god damn it.
Is there a horror movie about hobos? That'd be a good movie, I reckon.
Well, technically, John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness.
Oh, with Alice Cooper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know all the street bums start killing everybody.
Yeah. Now you mention it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big Carpenter junkie.
Carpenter's dope. I love his music in the movies.
Well, I'm actually trying to get him on. They blew me off a couple of times, and I just wrote him back and I said, listen, if you're politely telling me to fuck off, I can respect that, but I'm a tenacious dude. So if you guys aren't going to tell me no flat out, I'm still going to try to get a hold of you. And his assistant, because I passed a couple gatekeepers and made it to his assistant, and he said, well, you know, that's pretty funny. So he really doesn't do a lot of interviews anymore, and he has and he's pretty much booked up for this year. But if you want, you can contact us at the beginning of next year and see if things have cleared up. And I'm like, well, I will hold you to that because it's not a no. So hopefully I can get him on. I can get, I was told the same thing by Stephen King's assistant. So, you know, I don't know what 2019 is going to bring, but there are way too many fucking interesting people out there to not be able to do 52 shows. Although, did you know that Christmas falls on Tuesday?
No, but I wasn't paying attention to actual days and dates.
Well, because you know I'm setting up my book, so that's the only way that I knew. Because I'm like, okay, I've got this, and oh fuck, okay. So actually, I'm thinking of, instead of imposing on anybody's time, to actually do an AMA, and you know, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, I'll probably run it through Discord, so I can actually have people come into Discord, and I can bring them in to actually ask their questions instead of just asking it from live chat. I think that sounds fun.
That would be pretty cool, because you one of my favorite things about you is you have all of these different life experiences and all of these different kinds of stories, you know, about so many things, and it's really awesome.
Well, you know, the cool thing about when I was growing up is we didn't have camera phones, so we had the balls to go around and do incredibly stupid shit. And you know, plus it's not like it was Mayberry, but the cops really didn't want to waste their time unless there was, you know, blood or bodies involved. So, you know, we had the ability to get away with a lot of shit. That's one of the things I kind of feel sad about with progressing generations. You know, the more the man's got their eye on you, the less you're going to be encouraged to, you know, be dumb and get it out of your system.
I heard the drugs are better back then too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. There have been some extreme advancements in the field of cannabis, but that's honestly the only one I can think of. I mean, the acid was definitely better back then. The blow was better back then.
He's had Quaaludes too. Lucky bastards.
I missed it. I didn't get what you said.
Oh, I said you had Quaaludes too, you lucky bastards.
God damn. Yeah, those are good. Holy. And technically they're still being made somewhere.
Probably in Asia somewhere, some Chinese country, I'd say.
Yeah, you know, the Chinese really piss me off because of the fact that they're like, Oh, we don't care if it's illegal drugs. It's good enough for us and good enough for culture. So
the Chinese though, like they were the ones who helped grow the opium trade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you,
were
Chinese, for heroin. Thank you for that.
Thank you. We appreciate you and drugs.
That's where Australia gets all the ecstasy tablets from, is China. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I am not a fan of X or MDMA or any of that bullshit. I mean, that shit almost killed me. Then again, the last time I ever did blow, a buddy of mine was like, "You won't believe where I got this from," and I'm like, "Well, you know, you bump a rail and I'll believe you. You know, lay some down." And the first one that went up my nose was like pow, and my heart was going like 100,000 miles an hour. And he's like, yeah, this is what coke. This is what coke is when it's not stepped on. And yeah, the purity almost made me have a heart attack right then and there. And I vowed that I really like pure cocaine. But it will kill me, so I will no longer do this white powder.
Yeah, only the unpurest Coke for Doc. Everybody take note.
No, okay.
Yeah,
you get the cheap stuff. Got it.
Yeah, get the Calumet out and start stepping on it. But yeah, I mean, I really, I think Halloween is one of those holidays where you can really enjoy it, whether you're a child or whether you're an adult. Christmas,
I hate
Christmas is a boner killer for adults, because you know the kids just want to make sure that they're getting all their presents. And you know, Easter, yeah, Easter even it's so funny. I put up a meme about Easter, and it was the Easter bunny pushing the rock away to free Jesus, and the caption is, "This is the last time I bail your ass out." And I even put an additional tag on it, sponsored by Rolling Rock Beer. I put a lot into that meme, and it made me smile.
I'm gonna have to go and do something with my day instead of just lying in bed.
Yeah, I actually need to go and crawl into bed. I've been up for almost 24 hours now.
Oh,
Yes.
well, of course, it's obligatory. Please feel free and do some spamming and some shilling before you go.
I shall.
Can you, hey Tyro, can you shield my channel as well, since I'm on phone and I cannot copy paste? Because
Sure, one moment here.
I'm bad.
Wait a minute. Oh,
I posted up. That's linked to my channel. Let's see. Working on a new video here. Got a cute little song parody I did with Lo-Fi.
He does fun politics.
And
I'm only seeing one link so far.
yeah, I'm trying to find the other one. Give me a sec.
Well, yeah, but that's not spamming.
Yeah,
you gotta throw it in there at least 3 times to kind of consider it to be spamming.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Oh, what the? Sorry, I'm tired. Therefore, things don't register.
it's okay.
I'm sorry that my first time on your channel is when I'm half dead from sleep.
It's all right.
This
is Tyro in Kuwait. He runs his own channel. He's also Lo-Fi's co-host on Moonfest Destiny on Mondays. Tuesdays at 9 EST.
8 p.m. Central, so I guess 9 p.m. Eastern. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so I spam Moonifest, and now the fun part, trying to find Lo-Fi's channel. Oh, there it is. That was surprisingly
Lo-Fi's
easier.
channel is fun on a bun.
I do see the video.
Jean d'Arc, you are so missing the point of the internet. You're not supposed to live on the internet.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
You can.
You're not supposed to. Because you don't get any you don't get any great stories to tell, you know, like me when you get to your 50s.
Perfect. Everything's been
You could talk about the old Habbo Hotel raid.
Oh God, Habbo Hotel.
Oh, someone actually gets that reference. Okay.
Yeah, I get that reference. I'm young enough.
The pool will always be closed in my heart.
I remember that. I was there.
Well, if you are 16, you've got plenty of fucking time to go get some experiences. Now is essentially the time to make your mistakes, because you'll be able to be young and perky enough to actually survive them and catalog them away.
Actually, Doc, what would be like if you can think of like probably your favorite story from when you were 16? And I mean not favorite necessarily isn't good, but maybe one of the dumbest, most interesting, most fun, some kind of story like that from when you were 16.
Oh geez. I've got one close to that. It just so happens to involve sex and liquor. Because now, if it was a 17-year-old story, I got a really good one for that one. But I was in a citywide musical. They had literally they had every school represented and came together and did this musical with kids from every single school. We did it at a really cool place too. It was an old theater, and also it had carved griffins all over it. So, you know, my griffin boner was at full erection. But anyway, they also it was kind of one of those upscale ones where they had a bar. They had a full liquor bar, you know, wine and spirits.
Very nice.
On our last show, it ended on a Saturday, and I asked my mom if we could have a cast party. She said, "Yeah, you can have a cast party." The unfortunate side effect was the fact that there were like 110 people in the cast coming into our 3-bedroom house. And I didn't think everybody would show up. I'll be honest with you. And everybody didn't show up, but we had about 80 people out of the 120 show up.
Yeah, that would still do it.
This was in winter, and once the house got, I mean, you've heard the phrase, the house is rocking. I mean, it literally felt like it was shifting back and forth. My Irish twin sister agreed to be somewhere else, so literally it was just me in the house. Even my mom decided to be someplace else, and she said, "Well, just make sure everybody's gone by like 2." Because the show got over about 10, so we got there about 11 and we filled it up. Now, what I didn't know was that some of the cast members had broken into the bar at the theater and stole all the alcohol. So I knew there was going to be a little drinking, a little smoking going on. This was January. We had so many people in the house, we left the doors open and turned the heater off because there was so much body heat there.
Yeah.
You guys remember the old stereo consoles? The one where you lift the lid and it had the record player and the 8-track player and the radio and the tape.
Yeah.
In it.
Yeah.
Well, that became the stripper stage. And
Wow.
I'm not talking about just women. I'm talking about men.
What?
Well, boys.
Well, you're 16, right?
Yeah. We're
Holy
talking about
shit.
between the ages of, well, probably like, it's high school ages. So yeah, between like 15 and 17, somewhere around there. But yeah, and the boys were more than willing to get up and strip just as much as the girls. And of course, with liquor completely abundant and freely flowing, the fucking began probably about 30 minutes after we got there. And every single room was filled. It was like you're at a deli counter and now serving number 17. People would fuck and then come out of the room, and then other people would go in and fuck and come out of the room, and
holy shit.
And the good thing was not a single person puked in the house.
That is lucky.
So my mom comes back about 1:30 instead. There are tons of parents with scowling faces that are picking their children up. And the last people out, I don't know if he was auditioning for a porno movie or what, but let's just say he turned my mom's bed sheet into a Jackson Pollock painting.
Oh
God. Oh geez. Look.
Now, here's the funny part. Once everybody split and was gone, I mean, the house was not actually trashed. I mean, yeah, we had to clean the carpets and definitely had to clean the sheets, but that party apparently became legendary. And I got recognition from all the major high schools. And they're like, "Oh man, you got to throw a party for us." And it's like, no, fuck you, go away. But here's the funny part. It was January. So we didn't get a thaw until late March, early April. And now once it started thawing, we started finding articles of clothing under the snow and the ice. And we found about 8 pair of male and female underwear. We found bras. We found scarves. We even found like socks. So I don't know how it came out that way, but yeah, literally we had a fucking lingerie store on our goddamn driveway. But yeah, that was still good times though. God damn, that was good times.
sounds like a Porky's movie, doc. Yeah.
16 can be a really fun age. How are you doing, Tyro and Lo? Are you guys okay?
No,
yeah,
okay.
just listening to the story. I'm going to go now. Thanks for having me.
That was a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming out. And if you're ever of the mind, please feel free to drop by in the chat, and we'll try to slide you back in.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah, maybe
Awesome.
I'll probably be more fun when I'm awake and have energy.
No worries. By the way, fucking hi Sparky. I saw you in the chat earlier. Are you doing all right? That'll take a little bit for him to click.
Our magical 10-second delay.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Bye.
You gotta tell a 16-year-old story now. Come on.
Oh fuck.
These Yankees sound crazy.
Okay, so when I was 16, which story should I do? Should I do one of my violent stories or
Wherever your heart leads you.
all right, so because I did a lot of shit at 16. Like 16 was a fun year for me. It was the year I lost my virginity. That was disappointing. I didn't realize how disappointing it was until, I got older and found what good sex was like. It was I'd gone to an anime expo. I used to get drunk all the time. All the time. I used to get in fights all the time. One of the fights I'd actually gotten in at 16 was at because he was my very first boyfriend. Oh, young love. And we he was in a band, and we were at this party where his band was performing and stuff like that. And I'm sitting up on this brick wall. I'm sitting up at the very top, right behind where the band is performing, so I get like the best view and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh, the drummer, that's mine. Yeah, that's my boyfriend. Oh my god, I'm so cute, tiny, and 16, and I was actually skinny and shit like that. Anyway, so some chick like after they had finished one of their sets, some chick like had tried to hit on him, and he had turned her down at the time, and was like, no, my girlfriend, like blah blah blah. And he called me over, and he like cuddled up to me, and she just kind of sneered at me, and she's and then he got called back in to go do another set. And she's like, I can't believe he's with you. And I'm just like, excuse you. And at this point, I'm already drunk. Our drink of choice was usually vodka. But at this point, I'm already drunk. And somebody had made the mistake of giving me tequila. Now, I didn't know any better at this time, and I didn't know that this was my bad drink. But I'd had some tequila, and therefore I was ready to fight. I was almost always ready to fight when I was that age anyway, because I was almost always fighting. I was a very angry child.
Well, yeah, but tequila, enough said.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those nights too.
Yeah. But she starts to walk away from me, and so I just follow her. I don't say anything to anyone, but I fucking follow her as she's walking away. I think she went to go to use the bathroom or something. I don't know where she was going. She didn't make it there, because we're walking along the brick wall, and I'm just like, can you repeat what you said to me? And she turns around and she just looks at me and scoffs, and she's like, you don't deserve him, like look at you. And so I decked her, and when I decked her hard enough that her head hit the brick wall, and I forgot to stop. When that happened, because I'm just like, say it again. Go ahead, explain to me why I'm not good enough for him. You go ahead and fucking explain, you stupid fucking little. Because so I went to high school in Orange County. There was a TV show about it, and a lot of these bitches, that's why you can hear like this like cunty like inflection in my voice, because I'm Californian and I went to Orange County.
Oh
Anyway.
no, please don't. That's the worst accent I've ever heard in my life, is the Valley Girl.
Like, oh my god, you have no idea. But
Yeah.
no, so I didn't stop, and there's a brick wall there, so it's perfect, because that means I was able to not only keep pummeling her, but more or less keep her in place. And if she tried to move away, boom, wall, perfect. And then the one of the I didn't realize that the band had stopped playing, but one of the guys from the band had gone down the side of the house and saw this, and he stopped me. And by stopping me, he threw something in my general direction, It was something soft, but I had turned away from her when that happened because I was ready to keep fighting. And I'm just like, "Cut! What are you doing?" And he's like, "Calm down. Uh, Josh is looking for you." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And like that snapped me out and like to go, and I moved away from her. I don't know how she was doing. I never really ran into her at school. I think she went to a different high school than I did. But we all basically went to the same junior high, so it didn't matter. But we would, because of the zoning and stuff like that, we'd wind up going to different high schools. So like a lot of junior high friends wouldn't get to see each other and shit like that.
I'm just picturing, say that again, bitch, and she says it, you thump her, then you go, say that again with a concussion.
Yeah, I thought cat fights were supposed to be sexy, not crazy.
Dude, I was fucking so at 16 I was 5'8" and 130 pounds of basically like muscle. And I'm not talking like I was built up and anything like that, but I still looked like I had a generally soft body, but you could see like the definitions in my arms, and if you lifted my shirt, you could see the definition in my stomach. Like I was a very fit child. God, I miss that metabolism.
Oh, hell, you and me both.
But I was very unassuming when people would look at me. I was very unassuming.
I don't know. I would invite Sparky back in, but I do have to give him the 30-minute warning.
What do you mean? Oh, you only got 30 minutes left?
Well, yeah, I should, because, you know, she's gonna be going back to work tomorrow, and she definitely needs better sleep. So, you know, instead of I bought her for Valentine's Day, I bought her a big ass dog that was holding a heart that said "Be Mine" on it, and she kind of used that as her body pillow, but she'd rather use me as her body pillow. I'm okay with that.
Should I leave Sparky?
If Sparky, if you want to hop in. Oh, and Numbskull asks if you would please to describe your body in more detail.
I was a B cup. My measurements were, I know I used to be a 30, I think it was a 30 pant, and that was at my hips. But I had like one of the things that a lot of people would probably be disturbed by is the fact that my dad used to always tell people, this one, I'm glad she wears baggy clothes, because I saw her wear one pair of her sister's pants, and she's got like that onion booty, so good it'll make you cry.
Oh, it is my duty to service booty. That's
like
that's the body part that will attract me if it's just going for physicality.
You're an ass man, Doc.
Oh, hell yeah. Unashamed.
I do have a really, really good butt. I have zero qualms with admitting that. Like, it's one of my favorite parts of my body.
Can you bounce a quarter off of it though?
Probably.
Well,
probably.
then I respect your booty.
Respect the booty.
Respect it.
You
respect. And I would say I do have to give one word of caution, or at least a little bit of flushing out. Jean d'Arc, I have no problem with bringing people on, but you gotta not be a bummer. And you've been talking about how you hate yourself, and I don't like that. I don't like anybody. Even I'm okay with a little bit of self-deprecating humor, but you know, I don't want that dark cloud rolling in. So if you can do a Partridge Family, come on, get happy. then we'll probably bring you on. Not tonight, of course, but we probably will bring you on. I have no trouble listening and talking to new people. No, you just black out. You just sound medicated. We know you don't hate yourself. We know that you were a brave, young, lovely chocolate man. You survived the Canadian onslaught when they tried to kill you with diabetes.
That's right. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did either one of you actually see any of that stream?
Yeah, I was watching it.
What?
Oh,
What's
that
up,
was
all?
fucking hilarious. I was laughing my ass off.
I had some rotten looking food on that stream, I'll tell you what.
Wait, Byron.
Yo.
16.
Yeah, Byron, you didn't give us your 16-year-old story.
Oh, my 16-year-old story. Fuck.
Yeah. Just choose one.
I'll piggyback off fighting. We was in a party. There's probably like 100 people there, and it got broken up. So every cunt was sitting out the front. You know what I mean? And me and my mate went to go walk off. And as we were walking, we noticed this bloke walking next to us, and we looked over at him, and he had a big fucking egg on his head, like he just got knocked with something. So we was like, "Oh fuck yeah, boys, let's go watch a fight." We turned around, and there was probably like cunts getting tripled, cunts getting quadrupled, like, you know, 4 dudes on one bashing the fuck out of each other. So we were like, "Fuck that." We started running, and as soon as we started running, some cunt must have seen it, and the biggest cunt there fucking charged around the corner, and he points at me and he's like, you just stabbed my friend with a screwdriver. And I was like, "Yeah, fuck, cunt, I didn't do nothing." Lucky I knew his girlfriend because she ran up and saved the fuck out of us. Yeah, that's one story. And we fucking got out of there, went home and smoked dope.
It was a happy end.
Oh yeah, I got out of an ass kicking, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was all jacked with piss and vinegar, like in junior high school. We got out of the projects and we moved to kind of like a suburb.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys gave me shit, and so you know, I was a 7th grader at the time, and he was a 9th grader, and so he was like, you know, meet me, you know, afterwards, blah blah blah. So I showed up, and he was one of the football players, and he goes, "Now I'm going to kick your ass." And I was like, "Really? That's awesome," because, you know, rarely you get to see somebody who's older and, you know, works out every day beat the shit out of a guy who doesn't. That's going to be awesome. Can we hold up for just a minute? And he's like, "What? Why?" I was like, "Well, I was hoping that we could get the school photographer out here to capture this magic moment." And his friends started laughing at him, which made him even more pissed off. And so he came at me. He fucking was pissed. He came at me. He took a swing. I ducked. His hand hit the wall. He broke his fucking hand. Fight over.
Nice.
Yes, that's good.
I had never had to throw a punch, but that kind of got my jaws off. And I actually challenged one guy to a fight. You know, I'm like 5'10". He was 6'2".
Ooh.
He was a pretty bad motherfucker, but he was quiet. I thought he said something about me. I was being all mouthy and like an asshole. I said, "Well, meet me after school." So, you know, because that was the big thing, right? You know, if you're going to kick somebody's ass, well, you meet me after school because I'm going to fight you in school because I'm not going to get suspended or get whacked. So, end of school comes, I get on the bus and go home. And he comes and finds me the next morning. He's like, where were you? And I was like, "I went home." And he was like, "Well, we were supposed to fight." And I was like, "Yeah, I kind of changed my mind on that one. I really didn't feel like I needed to have my ass kicked by you. So you win. Woohoo! You win. And it was so funny because that made him laugh, and we were like best of friends for the rest of junior high.
Oh, that's cool.
But he did actually get a chance to see me fight a couple of times, even though I turned into a fat boy just before I hit junior high. I could always take a licking. I mean, I could get well. We were in gym class once, and this guy who was just pestering me, and I'm like, "You're not worth the effort. Shut the fuck up." I took his spot on the wrestling team because number one, he just sucked, and number two, I didn't suck, but I wasn't good either. But being kind of good is better than sucking ass. Well, in some cultures, so he took one of those. You guys have this in school where you have those really solid red rubber balls.
Yes.
Oh, the medicine balls.
Well, not necessarily medicine, but they were like really hard rubber. They were air filled, but they were really hard rubber.
Yeah, those are the dodgeballs.
Yeah, they would use them for dodgeballs. He took one from about 10 feet away and hit me in the balls with it.
Ooh.
And you know, you get that weird plang off of it.
Oh, yeah, I got hit in the dick with a basketball once. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, that would be worse, man. Basketball, I think, would hurt worse than a dodgeball. But
she bounced it too, and it bounced up to my nuts. Oh, fucking pain.
Well, I was coming down off of a stage, and so he had clear shot. He got me right in the balls, and immediately I ran over to him and started beating the shit out of him. And after they got us pulled apart, one of the coaches asked, he's like, "I saw you got hit right in the crotch, didn't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, did he miss your nuts? And I was like, no, he got me square. But at that point, I was too pissed off to hurt. And he's like,
but now that you remind me,
well, because afterwards it was like,
Doc, I don't know how I feel about you making that noise.
Don't look for his porn videos then.
Welcome to the Doc Griffin ASMR channel. Ooh.
Is that not the creepiest stuff on YouTube? Don't you find that real creepy, the ASMR shit? I find that just creepy as fuck.
Well, somebody's got to like it.
Yeah. I mean, they're popular for a reason, right?
Well, yeah, the ones that I don't get still is the ones where they're taking like a credit card or something and rubbing it against like facial hair, like stubble.
What? I've heard of the eating one. What? That's vomit-inducing.
There's certain sounds that just make me cringe, like certain fabrics you rub together, it makes that strange kind of high pitched noise. Just it bugs the fuck out of me.
Oh, like corduroy?
Yeah.
Okay, so
or like tying some of the different materials for like your walk boots, like your traditional tan walk boots that has those brown and tan shoelaces. They make that weird noise when you tie them. It bugs me every fucking time.
Mine definitely has to be packing peanuts. The styrofoam peanuts.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I hate that sound. Hate it.
I can't say that there's a sound, but one of the things that, all right, I'm about to make everybody kind of like go, no, why? So there's biting into styrofoam. For some reason, always reminds me of if you take like an emery board or a nail file and imagine putting that in between your teeth, biting down, and then pulling.
Oh God, I went to school with a girl that every day you'd see her at lunch with an emery board, filing her teeth.
Ooh, what? What?
She was a goth, so she was trying to shape her teeth with a fucking emery board.
Yeah,
that's not how this works.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that doesn't walk for some people because they say it walks. So
that's not how any of this works.
Well, you know, being goth and cool, that doesn't work. Those two things just don't go together. I mean, I know probably all you guys had those cliques where, you know, you've got the goth or the emo kids, the jocks, the scholars. I'm trying to think. I guess I was in like the stoners. You know, all by accident. Even though technically I was like a B+ student, but I was one of those idiots who was test smart. I hated doing homework. Like I had one of my teachers took pity on me, and he's like, well, you know, if you can do, you know, like a book report on something, I'll give you extra credit, so you can make sure and pass. And I'm like, okay. So this was science class, and I did a 500-word book report on barometers, and it was literally padded with bullshit all the way through it. Like, you know, I started off with barometers, which are nothing like barometers that measure the actual pressure with inside donkeys, and then I go on to explain. Oh yeah, and then the last part of it is, and that's really all I have to say about barometers. Now, if you don't agree with this, then you should take it up with. Oh yeah, it was a 1,000-word essay, and then I put in the end. You should take this up with. Then I wrote down every name of the science book that I got it from.
Oh my God!
And until the time I left high school, he had that up on his wall. And I don't think he ever told anybody what it was, but it was available. You could walk up and read it. But yeah, I think I got a B in his class because he was so happy that he was the kind of teacher that would bring in, like, you know, a joke book from the 1950s. And he'd start off with one joke a day. And he had one genre, which was elephant jokes. The best one, the first one that comes to the top of my head is, what do you call an elephant that rides a train? Any guesses? What? A passenger.
And you know, I was expecting a pun.
Yeah, these aren't actually, you know, great jokes.
That's entertaining, though. I think because it's so surprising.
What's the other one? Oh, this is a sequential joke. Oh shit! I'm trying to think of the order of it now because it's getting kind of late and I'm getting kind of muggy. Oh, okay. Why do elephants have flat feet?
Why?
Because they like jumping out of trees. Why should you never walk through the jungle between the hours of 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.?
Because that's when the elephants jump out of the trees.
Correct. And of course, why are pygmies so short?
Because they walked through the jungle between the hours of 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
You got it. And I mean, his whole thing in life was to make people groan. And this was before they were actually labeled as dad jokes. But oh man, they were so bad. So bad.
Knock knock.
Who is there?
Me.
Me who?
Meow. Why
I was
why
doing
is
it.
the ocean why is the ocean blue?
Why?
Because all the little fishes in it go blue, 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 blue. I know so many terrible jokes.
Cream of the dad jokes, yes. I mean, it's so funny because we used to try to find, in school, I was the only guy who actually researched, because I never knew of anybody who knew the full limerick of There Once Was a Man from Nantucket. We didn't know anybody who actually knew it, so I actually went and researched it to find out what the actual limerick was, because it drove me nuts. Because somebody pretending that they were going to go off color or blue, they'd start off with "There once was a man from Nantucket," and people, especially adults, would be like, "No, no, 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 you can't do that one."
So what's the actual limerick?
There once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. With a casual grin as he wiped off his chin, he said, "If my ear was a cunt, I would fuck it."
Okay, so that's generally the way that I was taught it.
Have you heard the old McDonald one?
What's the old McDonald one?
Old McDonald sitting on a fence, picking his balls with a monkey wrench. The wrench got hot, he burnt his balls, then he pissed all over his overalls. Used to say that as a kid.
Oh God! Now you're making me think of the Ballad of Piss Pot Pete. Holy fuck! But now you had a joke in the same vein, Kadun?
Oh yeah, it was basically there once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, "If my ear were a pussy, I'd fuck it." And then yeah. And then there's the
yeah, so pretty much the same.
Yeah. Don't ask me to tell no jokes, because Kadun can tell you what happens with me and jokes.
Do you hear that dead air? Do you hear that dead? That's what.
No, I usually put two in the back of the head.
Cricket.
But there were a couple of limericks. I actually remember one that because I've talked about the fair, and there are these guys who they'll go around and they'll do little limericks and stuff like that, and then at the end of each one, green sleeves were all she wore, and yeah, that became kind of a thing. And one of them, fuck, I can't remember it, but I love limericks. They're so good.
Yeah, we when I did a Ren fair one year, it was only one year. The guy who is the court jester, that motherfucker. I mean, just he had hundreds of them, hundreds of limericks, and they were literally all completely tailored to dark and Middle Ages. And I thought that was brilliant. That's like when Robin Williams did Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah.
And he did all the anachronistic jokes, which were period specific. I was amazed by that he pulled basically period accurate jokes. That's a lot of that's a lot of studying to put in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, let's see here. God damn, we only got about 10 minutes left.
Yeah. Wait, we have Sparky in here.
No, we don't. Now we do. He's back.
No, we don't. Now we do. Oh, okay. He dropped and came
Yeah, I'm
back.
sorry. No, I got up to go see what somebody wanted.
Oh, okay. Well, Sparky, we were talking about 16-year-old stories and Halloween earlier.
So you want to know my 16-year-old story at Halloween?
No. It doesn't have to be at Halloween. We were talking about what our favorite part of Halloween is. You know?
Oh. Well, can I talk about what my not so favorite part of Halloween is?
Nope.
That's not 364 days a year.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm a fan. The place where I worked encouraged everybody whenever they could to dress to the occasion. So like for Halloween, I came in with a with a toga, including the Chippendales shirt cuffs, and the bow tie with nothing on underneath. But they kind of rescinded that when I showed up on Easter dressed as Jesus. They said,
wow.
Yeah, they kind of took offense to that for some reason, and I can't understand why.
I wonder why.
Here, John Doe in the chat. If your goth Halloween is 365 days a year.
No, I like Halloween for the fact of just the lore behind Halloween, on how it's a daily to appease the. I believe this is actually pagan, isn't it?
They used to call it Samhain or something like that. Samhain.
Yeah.
Samhain.
Samhain, that's the one.
It's spelled Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain.
Yeah, it's like you're sewing a button onto a shirt.
Yeah, but I am interested by the lore of it. I find it very, very intriguing. Not only that, just I like creepy, spooky, all that other good stuff. You always see my girlfriend at times. She adores Halloween. She always likes to paint her face up like a clown, and it's kind of freaky.
Oh, good morning, Taco Stancia. Good morning, Autistic Quips. Good morning, Everyday Man. And a very good morning to the man whose culture invented Halloween, Gaius Gracchus, and thank you. Yeah, we're honestly, guys, we are definitely going to have to get you on here. We've got we only got like 5 minutes left, so that's not going to do any justice to you. But yeah, do you have an embarrassing 16-year-old story, Sparky?
Yeah, I do. I'll see if I can't wrap this up in the time allotted. So, when I was 16, what did we all do when we first turned 16? Well, for most of us, we got a driver's license, didn't we?
No.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I said for most of us.
I failed. Okay, because I failed the shit out of it. I didn't even get it till 18, and they had to give it to me then.
So me and my friend were driving around. I was in an old beat up 89 Chevy Cavalier. He was in an old beat up 93 Ford Taurus, I believe. And we hang up, go to town, and we go to the skating rink and to the bowling alley just to hang out and, do what dumb 16-year-olds do at the time, and just, gawk at girls, think of this, think of badasses, on this other good stuff. So we decided, me and two of my other buddies, I was driving in one car, and my buddy Andy, his other one, was riding with him, and we thought it'd be a good idea to kind of hot rod around town. So we hot rodded around town, and we did this for about an hour, we got bored. We went to the skating rink. We were there for a bit, and then we started doing it again. And he decided he's got to go down back roads. So he starts going down a back road, and you know how dirt roads are. You can't see shit, especially if you're going up above, 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. So we're flying down the fucking road. And at the time, I wasn't as good as mechanicking as I am now. And my car had a bad issue with the headlights going out and back on. They flicker. So we're going down the dirt road, and he's a ways above me, ahead of me. And I hear a bump, and the lights go off, and they come back on. I kind of slow down, but keep going. So ahead of me, my friend sees through the thickness of the clouds, because my headlights are bright, that my lights go off and back on. And he takes it as I want him to stop. So he slams on the brakes and stops right in the middle of the dirt road and turns his lights off. Okay. Unbeknownst to me, I couldn't see his tail lights. So I proceed to run into the back of his car going at about 40, 50 miles an hour.
Oh, God.
Everyone was okay. Nobody got hurt. We were all shaking up a little bit. And it was a dumb, stupid event that we all did. And we tried hiding it, and you know how that goes. There's no way you can really hide that. But moral of the story, Chevys are tanks, Ford Tauruses are pieces of shit. Because after slamming into the back of his car going about 40, 50 miles an hour down a dirt road, I got away with a broken grill and a slightly dented hood on the front. The ass end of his car was in the back seat.
Oh, dang.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got hit by a truck like that.
Yeah, so that's the equivalent of my stupid stories when I was 16. Yeah. Bad on both of us. It was dumb. It was reckless. Shit happens.
Well, and we told a lot of sex stories. So, once you get laid, come back and tell us one. Hey, we're at the top of the hour.
Time out. No. I've actually got to answer this. I may not be back on.
Oh.
What?
Well, then we'll just have to use our imaginations.
You go right ahead. Everyone else does.
Yeah. Real shit
right
there.
And of course, you really don't have to use your imagination. If you go to my Pornhub channel, that's www.pornhub. You're not going to be that easy, people. Still not going to be that easy. You got to find it your own fucking self. I have submit, and both of them were not very complimentary.
www.docscock.com.
I swear, though, I'm going to have to figure out some kind of prize once somebody finds it. Because, it's going to take a bit. It's going to take a bit to figure it out. I don't even think the magic that is Zoom or Spectre will be able to find my Pornhub account.
Now, you could do a bit like Markiplier did and do tasteful nudes of Doc Griffin.
Well, me nude, there's nothing tasteful about it. The good thing is that, well, let's just say the videos show skill and enthusiasm. So that's as far as I can go, because John Holmes, I am not. I have said many times before that I may have an average size cock, but my balls are huge. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I can do some real quick shilling, coming up on Tuesday, I'm having comic book writer extraordinaire Mike Barron. He's a 2-time Eisner Award winner, and he's been doing comics for over 30 years. We're gonna get in to a lot of because he's worked with every major company, so he's worked in every major style too. So
that's cool as fuck.
Yeah. So, you know, discussing that, you know, the Julius Schwartz way to the Marvel writing style to the actual style he had when he started out, which is almost like the Jim Steranko style of even laying out storyboards for his artist. Kind of pretty cool stuff. I have no doubt it's going to be an interesting interview that happens coming up on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Now that I got my bullshit out of the way, Sparky, please shill away, my friend.
I really don't feel like looking up the channel right now, but you can find me at Sparky's Tech Corner. If you're interested in watching video game playthroughs and me repairing stuff, by all means, stop by, give me a watch. If you're interested in the new Mega Man 11 game, I don't think it's today. God, I hope it's not today. I think it's tomorrow or Wednesday. The game drops, and me and my friend Starwin are going to be live streaming the gameplay. So if you're interested in it, please come by and give us a watch.
God damn
Sparky,
it. Don't be lazy. Go get your link.
Say something in the chat. Anybody, if you guys want, you can go ahead and click on his name when he's in the chat and hold down and say go to channel. It should not stop you from being able to hear the stream unless you're on a computer.
Oh,
and then you could just open up a new tab.
All right, there it is.
Don't make it easy on people.
Okay.
All right, it's there on the side.
All right, cool. And of course, another artist extraordinaire, Lord Byron. Hook him up with your beats, if you would, please.
Yeah, I'll chuck it in the thing there. There you go. It's in the chat.
Right. Cool. By the way, I've always been curious. Are you open to commissions right now?
Yeah, I'm open. Yeah. Just hit me up in the DMs, whatever.
All right, cool. So you heard it here, people. I love his stuff. Joker loves his stuff. Everybody is a nobody on this end of the internet. We are fans, and of course, cannot last but not least.
Oh, definitely the least. I have a Twitter and I'm on streams.
and would you care to fill those blanks in just a little bit more, because the channel that you normally stream on is not your namesake channel?
Oh no. Well, my namesake channel, I just do random stupid videos of whatever I feel like. And it's usually, I think the longest video I have is still under 2 minutes. I'm not sure, but I try and keep them short and sweet. And this way you guys don't have to listen to me for too long, or you don't have to look at my bullshit for too long or anything like that. And then Moonifest Destiny, which got shilled earlier. Hey, Alucard, what are you doing? Moonifest Destiny got shilled earlier, and I do not say for Wednesdays. Every Wednesday at 9 EST on Moonifest Destiny. Oh, wait. No. Yeah.
And I forgot one.
10 EST. I apologize.
Yeah, I forgot one. Caffeinated to Die on Help for the Guiltless channel every Sunday morning. That's what I do. And I'll help Anton out for this one too. Army of Snotness for Anti-Hero Ishtar, and Antoine. That's every I can't remember, Monday. For now, I think it's postponed, or I can't remember.
I don't know. I'll figure it out after I go to sleep and wake back up and be like, Antoine, link me.
Yeah,
link me. I'll take over for Anti-Hero.
Yeah,
you know.
But that's on Help for the Guiltless channel. Antoine, great.
Yeah, I watched Caffeinated or Die today before the game.
Yeah.
And good stuff. I actually even inspired me to make a fun meme.
Yeah, actually,
I seen that. That was good.
It was so beautiful. One of the things about Caffeinated or Die and Army of Snarkness is each person is usually playing into a character, you know. So it's a little different than what most people would be expecting. Like they're just like, oh, but I've interacted with the antihero. This is different than antihero, or I've interacted with, you know, and so it's a little different. Like Sparky's a cyborg and Antoine's personal vibrator. So
Well, it's not a cyborg, it's a robot, but okay.
Same
I
thing.
guess
I don't know. You
potato.
have electronics in your body. You're electronic and you vibrate in Antoine's anus. I got it.
That is not how this walks.
And of course,
yeah.
Doc, the best of us.
Okay.
If you guys haven't pushed like and subscribe on Doc's channel, and make sure to hit that bell, once every solar eclipse, it sometimes works and notifies you.
It's true.
Every so often. That's why, you know, if you're up this late, more than likely we're going to be the only ones streaming. So yeah, if you want to sub, you can actually just click on YouTube, and if you sub to me, you know, the live streams will always pop up first. So, wait a minute, Cloak, I am blanking completely about your suggestion for Halloween.
It was they said you should read creepypastas. I think that's what they said.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. You know, well, actually, I can't do it because of the interview, but you know, maybe on the 31st, I got a couple of friends who are actually in the business who are pretty damn good readers. So let me talk to Spike and Otis and see what they're up to, and maybe I might even be able to get Jen in on it, because you know that's what they do for a living. Yeah, and if you haven't listened to Otis Gyrie read a story, you're certainly missing out. He's another one of my favorite criminally under subs.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, there's a couple of good writers too, but most of them suck. So yeah, because now my eyes are starting to cross, but I will say thank you very much to Antihero, and thank you to Lo-Fi, and oh my god, I forgot the other guy's name. I'm sorry.
Tyro Inchoate.
I got the Tyro part, but I can't get the back end. But you guys know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Also like to thank Blackout, and as always, Lord Byron and Sparky.
No worries, mate. No worries.
And did I forget anybody, Kadant?
Let's see. Lord Byron, Sparky, Tyro, Lo-Fi, Antihero, all the people that joined us in the chat. And of course, there was me who had dropped out, Muffin via spirit as I comforted her, and she apologized greatly. And then our Lord and host, the great Dr. Doc Griffin.
Aw. Well, thank you. Yes, and it's you know, if you guys are happy tuning in, then since we're not sleeping, we'll be happy to try and entertain. We may fail, but at least at the very end of it, you'll know that there are sadder people out in the world than yourself who can't go to sleep.
Yeah.
So for myself, for Kadant, and for all of our wonderful guests, we thank you very much for stopping out tonight. Please do have a wonderful rest of your day, because I get to go to bed now and sleep, bastards.
Fuck you, Doc.